In Mike Lento's first season as head coach for the Senecas, he has led them to a 6-4 record in the regular season and a bid into the playoffs. It hasn't been the smoothest transition from Lakota, as Coach Lento was brought in to lead a team that graduated a lot of experience on both sides of the ball and some new coaching staff as well. This season has lifted a new quarterback in, as freshman Tucker Coleman has transitioned himself into a new position and new offense. As the Senecas prepare for a home playoff game, this group of seniors, led by Cam Bajent, Cal Warnament, and Carter Wolf, are all hungry and striving to get an opportunity to host again next week for what would be a final home field game. Calvert landed the 7th seed, as they will face a 10-seeded Hardin Northern, who own a 7-3 record. I caught up with head coach Mike Lento and with Carter Wolf, Cal Warnament, and Cam Bajent. Here's what they had to say about the season and upcoming Week 11 matchup.
It's awesome. I mean, anytime, the top 8 teams were going to get to play in, and, we knew it was going to come down to, just really waiting and seeing, till really midnight, on Friday. And then at the end of the day, we felt confident that we were able to be hosting. We knew very confident it was going to be Hardin Northern. So myself and Jerry Cooper were able to, make contact and kind of get some, game field traded. And then obviously the official, word came out Sunday. Being able to play at home again is great for our seniors, great for our community, familiarity with that, because, although I'm familiar with the Hardin Northern League, because when I was at Lakota, we played Ridgedale and Ridgemont. I'm not familiar with their stadium, so, having familiarity with what we have is always special. Well, that's what we talked to our guys, on Friday, after the game with Hopewell. That is, we're going into our 3rd season. So it's lock in, mental preparation of just knowing what 3rd season means. You make a run, whether it's 1 week, whether it's 2 weeks, whether it's 3 weeks, you get into anybody who's gonna make a run to the state championships. That's an extra half a year of football plus, when you look at the 6 extra weeks. So there's a mental grind, there's a mental capacity to it. So we were able to talk to the kids about what does that mean, where does it go, and we're here to get better at the end of the day. So we're still going to run individuals, we're still going to do our tackling drills, we're still going to fine tune with what we're going to see and try and take advantage of schematically what we can do on Friday night. But we're here to continue to get better across the board, from freshman to senior. The response to playing physical, the response to getting the ball effectively, and making sure that they're able to be aligned correctly and do things right. And then if things don't go well, which it's never going to go perfect, in any game or in any season, is to really be able to respond and be ready to go that next play, that next game, all right, that next drive, wherever it looks like. But our response has been great from our coaches and from our players. As the season went on, our guys, saw that, we had the right guy in place, and there's that trust factor there. But when it comes to Tucker, he's done everything that we've asked him to do. Todd Simon's done a great job with him as a quarterback coach and kind of our OC, getting things aligned. But for the most part, he's done a good job controlling the game, doing what we've asked him to do, putting ourselves in good situations. And there's some things that we got to get better at. But I don't think at any given time, he's really shot himself in the foot and just done what he's been able to coach to, what he's been coached to do, and that's key for any quarterback, but especially a freshman quarterback. Yeah, obviously throw the records out, but I like our team speed against with what they show. But they're very big. They match our size very well. They're very physical. They want to run the ball. I kind of put them in likes of Lucas and Woodmore in that same sense. We felt like we had some great game plans against them, and so we're going to do the same thing going into Friday. Playing Hardin Northern. Lock in. Be able to respond to both good and bad situations, being able to, control the clock. I think they're going to want to control the clock as well. Taking advantage of plays and situations. We didn't do a very good job with that last week, elongating 3rd downs or series so where we can keep the ball in our athletes' hands. But really, winning all facets of the game. That's offense, defense, and special teams. And I think we can do that, all 3. And if we do that, we should be able to extend our playoff run. But we're focused on Hardin Northern. Well, our parents are doing a great job. They're putting stuff out on social media. They're really excited. They're behind us. They're supporting us, doing some extra things. And so that's it. Just keep coming out, keep supporting our guys. We're going to continue to put a great product in the field, and we do fuel off our community's energy. And so very, very grateful for that. We look for them to do that, another week, going to the week 11, and we're home, so it's a short travel for all of our fans. So we're looking to pack the house.
It was kind of nice, last year we had to go to Heidelberg to play, so it'd be kind of nice to just play on our turf this year, and just like having that home field advantage will be nice rolling into the playoffs. Yeah, home atmosphere is really nice. Even though we are a small school, we still do bring a lot of people out for our games. Our student section, loud, just really energetic, and you always want to play at home, whether you're in the playoffs or not, so it'll just be nice. All season, we've kind of just been preparing, for this moment. Our defense is, I think, really locked in the last couple of weeks, and, I think now it's time for our offense to step up, definitely. So I think our offense, just needs to step up big in this game. The nice thing about our senior class is we've had a lot start as sophomores, and then last year our class had a lot of two-way starters as juniors. So we definitely had the chemistry for a while. So that'll just be really nice because we all kind of feed off of each other. So it'll just be nice having that going into the playoffs. They have a lot of misdirection plays, so really just reading the guards when they're pulling and seeing which way they're going, so our middle backers can flow. And then for third down situations, really just like locking in and not letting them get too many conversions. And then for offense, not getting behind the sticks, get our running game going early so it'll open up the pass game. So I think all of that will really help. And then just our receivers making sure we're catching the ball. And I think all of that, if we do all that, we'll win the game.
It was really good news. We didn't know whether or not we'd get the chance to play at home again. And obviously when you play at home, it just helps out, familiar territory, more crowd, bigger fan support. I love playing at Frost. My freshman year, we played like Heidelberg at most of our games, and it's much better playing at Frost. I feel like it feels like your real home field in comparison. Getting to play for Calvert, it's meant a lot to me. At the end of the day, it's, win or go home. It doesn't matter what your record is or anything, or who's the higher seed or lower seed. This is going to be like a pretty even matchup. And, because everyone wants to win in the playoffs or else your season's done. Well, for 10 weeks, we've kind of, developed the offense, little bit by little bit, and we got to kind of put all the pieces together Friday. Well, this season's kind of different because, like, the previous 3 years, it's kind of been, a two-guy, and I was probably more the second guy of the two guys. But, this year has kind of been more so my backfield, which, it's more pressure, but also gives you the ball more chances to make big plays. I obviously love my seniors. We've played together.
Please remain standing for our national anthem, performed by the Calvert Pep Band under the direction of Mr. Will. The national anthem will be sung by Calvert sophomore Isaac Mullins.
Oh, can you see but dawn's early bright, but so bright like the twilight flashing, bright stars through the perilous night. Oh, the ramparts we walk, so gallantly true, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave through the night. That star-spangled banner, yeah, wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
My Berea, don't you know I've thought about you all day? Yeah, I've been longing for some beef and some consomme, sweet Berea. This is surely going to my thighs. Well, I'm a hungry eater and you surely caught my eyes. My Berea, I love you so. Oh, my Berea, Berea, I love you so. I love you.
I
How's it going, sports fans? It's game day, and the food is hot here at Cadet Mexican Restaurant. Before you settle in to watch the game, whether you're by yourself trying to figure out what you want for dinner, trying to figure out how to feed a bunch of people, why not consider some delicious grub from Cadet Mexican Restaurant? Today, we're highlighting the birria ramen. That's right, I'll say it again. Birria ramen. Oh my goodness, I think I just got my mic wet. How do you birria? I have to have a lime. And you're gonna get the best, juiciest limes right here at Cadet Mexican Restaurant. Look at all that juice. So here we have the birria ramen. Oh, this looks so good. I'm digging in, I can't look at it anymore. All right, here we go. That should not be allowed to be that good. My goodness. Folks, get on over here. Get yourself some of this birria ramen. Let them know you heard about it on Heart of Ohio Sports. Why are you still watching me eat? You could be eating this right now. Don't you just want to dig in? I could eat this whole bowl right now. And I'm going to. But I'm not going to make you watch me do it. Tell you what. Call in your order. Cadet Mexican Restaurant. Birria ramen. The only place you're going to find this in town, folks. I'm telling you. This is a home run right here. Get it. Get it. Get it. Get it. Cadet Mexican Restaurant. Whether you're a diehard fan rooting for the home team, or you're just looking for some tasty eats for your game day treats, the birria ramen is our featured item here on this game day grub segment, and you're going to want to call in your order now. That's right, call Cadet Mexican Restaurant. Mention you saw this segment on our broadcast. You'll get 15% off your order. Take advantage of this birria ramen special at Cadet Mexican Restaurant. Oh, and don't forget the queso.
Seneca Nation, let's ride.
Good evening and welcome to Frost Cal Stadium in Tiffin, Ohio, as the 7-seeded Calvert Senecas play host to the 10-seeded Hardin Northern Polar Bears in our playoff matchup of the week here at Heart of Ohio Sports on the Extreme. Good evening, everybody. I'm Dominic Helmstetter, and I am looking forward to this excellent night of football here. And you can see down there on the field, you've got the hometown Senecas decked out in their black jerseys, blue helmets, ready to roll and give the hometown crowd a real party to get excited about. All right, so both teams that come into tonight matching 6-4 records. Each of them, they've had their ups and downs here a little bit. So let's start with the visiting team, Hardin Northern. It's been a season of offensive power, averaging nearly 29 points per game. And they nearly edged out Elgin last Friday, falling short 32-28. However, even in defeat, key players like Xander Wilson and Dylan Bacon showed up huge, with Wilson throwing 3 touchdowns and more than 170 yards, adding to the team's offensive punch right there. Bacon added 2 more scores, proving himself to be a real red zone threat, one that we're going to have to keep an eye on tonight. But with back-to-back losses to end that regular season, The Polar Bears are looking to regain a little momentum and try to put up some points early and often. All right, now the flip side here. Calvert, on the other hand, they come off a tough shutout loss to a very difficult Hopewell Loudon Chieftains team last week, a game that highlighted both some of their offensive struggles and their strong defensive backbone. Despite some inconsistencies on offense, Senecas, they have been able to keep opponents to 10 points or fewer in 6 of the 10 contests this season. Of course, quarterback Tucker Coleman, running back Cal Warnament, they've led this team all season, with Warnament putting up over 1,100 yards on the ground and Coleman throwing for over 1,000 himself. Defense, that's been the most reliable part of this team, and they need support from their offense tonight. They want to keep this moving and advance. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's a classic offense versus defense matchup here. Division 7, Region 26 bracket. Both teams hungry to keep their playoff dreams alive. So let's dig right into it. Zach Dillon, and I've got Connor Roush right by my side. Gentlemen, I cannot wait.
This is going to be a phenomenal night. Playoff football is finally here. We've been waiting for it for a long time. And these are two teams that really should be evenly matched. I mean, this is the time of year where there are no bad teams, right, Dominic?
Correct.
So this is going to be fun.
No question here. All right, so pregame, let's get a few housekeeping things out of the way here. Hardin Northern, they deferred to second half, which means the Calvert Senecas, the hometown team, they get the football first. So we get a chance to check out this Calvert offense, Zach Dillon. And here it goes, and we are off and away. Playoffs are here. And the Senecas, they get it up 40-45, up around midfield as they're upended in great field position as they get things moving along, and it's Schumacher with the return.
Yeah, not a better way to get this one started than a big old return. Great field position, and now we can talk about this offense. Well, we've seen Calvert a couple times this season. Now, I think one thing that's going to be really important for them is their offensive consistency. They need to run the ball. They've been shut out 3 times this season, and they really rely on that defense to keeping them in the game. Hardin Northern's defense, I mean, there have been some question marks too, so excited to see there.
Coleman pitches it over to DeMoss, who advances past midfield. Good gain on the first down play. DeMoss, leading receiver this season for the Calvert Senecas. Of course, very balanced attack. And I think a key there, you mentioned consistency, trying to get Coleman going. And if they can start connecting, then that opens things up for Warnament. All right, spreading them out here. 2nd and 6 from the 46. Coleman, another quick hitch. And it's DeMoss again, who's stopped just short of that first down marker.
Great play call out here to the left side. Set yourself up for 3rd and short. Offense doing everything right now. Good blocking. They're making people miss. This is consistent. This is what we're talking about. If they can sustain these kind of drives, they're going to be doing pretty well.
DeMoss averages about 42 yards a night, so we expect to see him getting the football quite a bit this evening. 3rd and 2nd from the 42-yard line here. And they're going to fake the handoff and toss it out to Wolf, who has plenty for a first down and more. 25-20. He's got 2 men to get around, just throws them aside. He's just knocking kids aside, and a touchdown, Calvert. Oh, my goodness. Number 12, Carter Wolf, just shucking Hardin Northern aside. Check this one out. Yeah, there's a flag, though.
We do have a flag on the field. You'll see it here. And they call it holding right there at the 35-yard line.
Look at him, just woof. He's like, get out of my way.
It was a really impressive run. You see him coming off the field for a break, frustrated. That one called back. A big play taken away early here. All of a sudden, now you're way back behind the sticks, and what was a touchdown is now 3rd and long.
What was a man's catch and run, Carter Wolf, touchdown taken away after that penalty on the field. So it pushes the Senecas back. And instead of kicking a PAT, now they're looking at a 3rd and 12. They got to do it all over again. All right, well, let's see what they can dial up. Coleman rolls to his left. Got a little pressure. He's hit as he throws. It's intercepted. Oh, did he drop it? Live ball. No, I think they're saying it's incomplete.
Yeah, I don't.
Man, that was close.
I don't believe the defender ever really got the hands on it. Yeah, that, of course, being number 14, Alex Wilson, senior. So avoiding danger, but, man, 2 tough breaks right in a row for Calvert.
No question. So after a penalty that negated a touchdown run and a near interception, Calvert Senecas are going to punt the football away. And it looks like it should be a decent punt as they're inside the 15. And there you go. Hardin Northern get the chance to flex their offensive muscles out from the 14-yard line.
So talking about this defense a little bit, some guys that you're looking, Caden Gwynn, the middle linebacker, it's a big name. Also, Hipsher leading that team in sacks. That offense, I mean, they're going to have to run the ball tonight if they want success.
No question here. As it appears, number 11, Nolan Hobson, got the carry on this one. And it'll bring up 2nd and long for the Polar Bears. Of course, Polar Bears, they've had some defensive struggles the last couple of weeks in this 2-game losing streak, giving up 38 and 28. Offensively, it's been a little rocky as well, as they've averaged about 20 points over the past 2 weeks. So they're going to have to balance that out if they look to apply some pressure to Calvert, who's had a stellar defensive season. There you have it. It's going to be Wilson rolls to his left. Flag is on the field. And it was number 1.
Early indication.
Yeah, it might be coming back.
Ineligible man.
So a couple of early miscues in this playoff matchup between these two football teams. 7th and 10th seed, so right there, evenly matched up, as you mentioned, Zach. And this one's costly in its own right. Looks like it might be a long 3rd down here for the Polar Bears.
Yeah, so you're looking at your offensive lineman there, getting a little bit too far downfield. You have a little bit of a wiggle room, but again, once you're kind of standing around, and it's hard once you have these mobile quarterbacks who break away. You know, they can keep running. You never know if they're going to pass the ball or throw the ball if you think they're going to commit.
And it's going to be number 11 again, Hobson, who takes the carry right up the middle, gets a nice chunk of yardage as he gets pretty close. That'll bring up 4th down for Hardin Northern.
You know, one thing you notice, Hardin Northern, from a very tiny school district, this is a really short bench, probably the shortest you'll see all season.
So Hobson, he's been the primary carrier here for the Polar Bears. And they're forced to punt it away, a low line drive, and they're going to hit it right around midfield. And there you have it. 0-0 with 8:12 here in the first quarter from Tiffin, Ohio.
Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
At Heart of Ohio Sports, it's obvious. The first thing that comes to mind is sports. But we do a lot more than just cover live sporting events.
Go, go, go!
When
highlights from last night's game. There's only one place we go, Heart of Ohio Sports.
We're back as Cal Warneman is back as well. 35, 30, 20, one man to beat, 10, 5, touchdown Senecas. Number 27, Cal Warneman taking it to the house. A full 47 yards for the score.
Yeah, Cal Warneman making up for that last drive. They had when they thought it got called back. Cal Warneman, leave no questions.
Just the kind of run that you need from your senior captain. And Calvert's on the scoreboard.
Man, great breakaway run. Made possible by the offensive lineman, of course. Moving people out of the way, getting to your spots on time. And Cal Warneman, I mean, he just has breakaway speed.
No question.
I think it looks like he had an unsportsmanlike conduct there at the end after the play, I believe. So that's going to get enforced on the kickoff.
So Warneman on the season, 175 carries, 1,100 yards, 13 touchdowns. And he got another one there as the PAT bounces off the uprights. No good, so it's going to remain 6-0, Calvert over Hardin Northern. All right, so you see right there Warneman adding to his season-long touchdown list. An exciting 47-yard run to get the hometown crowd up on their feet. And 8:03 here in the first quarter. Want to make sure that we thank a few of our sponsors here. Of course, we've got Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, our pregame show sponsor all season long. Thank you very much. And then we've got Forte Music, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Studios Squared in downtown Tiffin, First National Bank of Sycamore, Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery, Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc., Mullins Entertainment, Landers Strength Syndicate, Fiesel's Frame and Collision, Art Lessons by Chelsea Mullins, and the Advertiser Tribune. All proud sponsors of Heart of Ohio Sports. Calvert, they get the first points tonight, and it feels pretty good to be in the lead there. Of course, last week they were shut out against Hopewell Loudon, an extremely talented football team in the area. So it's nice to be on the other side of things at the beginning of this one, Zach.
Yeah, not only was Hopewell Loudon a bigger school, but they're also, like we covered last week, they're on just a dominant run. They have a 1 seed versus a 6 seed matchup tonight, and you know, high hopes for that team. And Calvert, it really wasn't a bad showing. It was just long, sustained drives.
Yeah.
It was 4 yards of cloud of dust every single time for the Chieftains.
One of the things we talked about in pregame is if Hardin Northern can keep Calvert's defense on the field for long periods of time, then the two-way players that are out there, you could wear them down a little bit here.
Absolutely. Calvert typically doesn't have that depth advantage. They do here tonight. They can utilize that. They can lean on these guys because it's just really difficult when you have a roster of just over 25 guys, something like that. There's a lot you got to think about.
So Stewart on the return here as we get ready for the second possession from Hardin Northern. And they're going to hand it off to number 11, Hobson. Takes it right up the middle there for a short gain. So Hobson getting the majority of the carries here on this one. And you can see coming into the play, Dylan Bacon, one of their leading playmakers there for the Polar Bears. Haven't had the chance to call his name just yet. I'm sure we'll hear it again soon, though. Scored a couple of touchdowns last week in the loss. Hand it off to Hobson again. And a lot of pushing and shoving down there on the field. Your kind of football, Zach.
Exactly. Hobson, a guy, he played quarterback last year. It sounds like they do have maybe some gadget plays designed for him if you want to think about it that way. But I think when you have such a small crew like this, it's really just an all-hands-on-deck effort, you know? You're going to look for guys who can make plays and maybe play a little bit unorthodox football.
I kept hearing up here in the booth that, watch out, Hobson can throw it. So, you never know. All right, 3rd and 5 from the 36-yard line for the Polar Bears. Looking to pass as Wilson rolls to his left, slings it, overthrows his intended receiver, Stewart. Incomplete, 4th down. Great coverage by that Calvert defense, just as they've done all season long.
Yeah, exactly. Xavier Kmet out here, that far side cornerback, and that ball overthrown. You know, Logan DeMoss back out there in punt return. He got beat up last week.
Yeah, he certainly did as they punt it away. And it's going to be DeMoss from the 35, taken down and hit hard again. And there's a flag down there on the field. Connor, what are you seeing out there?
That was definitely a face mask, guys.
Yeah, DeMoss, he had a rough week last week, both sides. And that one doesn't start things off well. Yeah, face mask, you called it. So that'll be a big one. It's going to set Calvert up pretty nicely to get their 3rd offensive possession rolling.
You know, one thing I'm noticing so far this game is last week we had, 6 penalties all game, and this is already the 4th one or something, and we're almost halfway through the first quarter.
Yeah, I've got 3. It's possible I missed something, but you're right. It's lining up pretty quick here. 6:27 in the first quarter from Tiffin, Ohio. Calvert has a 6-0 lead and looking to add to it as another penalty is down on the field.
We'll get an offsides here.
It's going to go against Hardin Northern again. That'll be their 3rd penalty so far tonight. So, Connor, just as you were saying, those penalties are starting to stack up.
Well, you can see their middle linebackers coming in, showing blitz, and just getting a little bit antsy there, especially after that.
The call, look at the far side defensive end. He's lined up way in the neutral zone.
Oh, was he lined up already? Okay.
They're all eager to get after it. So it'll be 1st and 5 from the 45. As you can see,
you see him right there.
They just did it again. And, you know, why not use the hard count there, as it seems to be picking up a pretty nice amount of yardage here. So there's another one. This is 20 yards that the Calvert's picked up just on penalties alone here on this drive.
Man, perfect usage of it. Take a look. When you have your linebackers coming down and you see that shaking going on, I'll show you one more time on the replay. Just look at just how ready to go. They're on the tips of their toes. That shaking going on. Perfect use of the hard count.
1st and 10 from the 40 after picking up huge yardage on penalties. And it's going to be Warnament who falls forward for a nice gain on the first play. So Calvert, they've already got 1 score. They could have had 2, but a penalty negated that, as Carter Wolf was a man among children out there, just shucking people left and right. So let's see if they get him back involved on this one.
Yeah, Carter Wolf, I mean, he has an impact on the game, both sides of the ball. One of the better tight ends in the league.
And it's going to be Nolan Lee with the carry as he gets awfully close to that 1st down marker. And that'll bring up 3rd and short for the Senecas.
Yeah, dangerously close to being a broken play right here. Take a look at this handoff. I mean, the defense gets penetration really, really early, so they are in that offensive backfield, able to just shift by them.
There's the big tight end himself, split out wide for the Senecas. 3rd and 2. Toss it over to DeMoss. He's got some space to work with and a blocker up to the 20, pushed out around the 15-yard line. 1st down, Senecas.
You know, and that's the thing I like so far, seeing from these Senecas, is establishing that run game. And you can get opportunities on these 3rd and short plays to pass it out and get those first downs.
I love the screen call there. You're seeing that box is stacked. The Polar Bears showing that pressure, so you're going to sling it out to that close side of the field where there's less of that option. You put all your defenders on one side and you're throwing the ball the other way.
Yeah, let your playmakers play. That's how Coach Lento's working it tonight. All right, 1st and 10 from the 16. And it's going to be number 27, Warnament, who's just kind of pushed out of bounds there. Nowhere to go for him, so it'll bring up 2nd and long for the Senecas.
Good job by the defense, able to stretch this one out to the far side of the field. Take a look at number 45 there for the Polar Bears.
Bodie Hipsher, the big senior, 6'3", 255-pound defensive end.
Now that's a Polar Bear.
All right, 2nd and 8 from the 14-yard line here for Calvert. Looking to add another score before you go any further here. Coleman rolling to his right. He's got pressure. He's going to tuck it and run. Inside the 10, lowers his shoulder, and that'll be just short of the first down marker, but great gain by Coleman. Check this out. He knew he had nowhere to throw the ball, so he just tucks it and runs. They're inside the 10, and Calvert's got something cooking here.
I mean, that's the awareness you want from your quarterback, knowing when you can pick up those extra yards there with your legs.
And that just comes from gaining the confidence in the season. As the game goes on, you get more comfortable, especially knowing how the offense rolls and stuff. So,
timeout down on the field here at Heart of Ohio Sports. We'll be right back. Senecas have a 6-0 lead.
Wow.
You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports here from Frost Cownell Stadium. The Calvert Senecas hometown team have a 6-0 lead over the visiting Hardin Northern Polar Bears. And timeout down on the field. And we're back just as Calvert's offense is back out there ready to put up another score. So it's 3rd and 1. And here we go. It's going to be Warneman right up the middle. Dancing his way in. Is he going to reach? He's there. Touchdown. He's got it. No, they say he's down. Oh, Warneman reached out across the line trying to get the score, but there's a flag down on the field again. And it might be another penalty on Hardin Northern.
They're running with 2 backs in the backfield to use one as the lead blocker, and man, it's too close to call.
And it's going to be a personal foul on Hardin Northern, their 5th penalty of this quarter. And it gives Calvert, again, a first down. This time, 1st and goal from the goal line. If you're Coach Lento, a lot of options that you can get into here. You got Warneman in the backfield next to Coleman. High snap. Warneman jumps in. Touchdown, Calvert. Scores now 13-0. The Senecas out to a commanding lead here on the first quarter of play.
And it is all Senecas right now. The momentum is squarely in their favor. That defense, I mean, they're being asked to do a lot here. Calvert is rolling. Again, I think last week really God, it was like a tune-up game. Even though they lost and even though they get blown out.
They played great defense. They played really tough all night long.
You know, it was just against a really, really strong team. And, I mean, they didn't get embarrassed. It was nice.
Coleman up the middle. He's in. 2 points good. 14-0 Calvert after Tucker Coleman gets the 2-point conversion.
Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
At First National Bank of Sycamore, we are a truly local bank that is community-based and community-focused. We are invested in your success, and our team is here to help. First National Bank of Sycamore, banking that just makes sense.
We connect fans to the action like no one else can. As a business in today's market, you got to stay ahead of the game. And what better way than to get on board with the fastest growing brand in media today? I mean, you can take it from me, but you can just listen to them.
When recruiters want to see our game film, we tell them they can watch on Heart of Ohio Sports.
For over 150 years, National Machinery in Tiffin has been setting the standard in metal forming technology. Our innovative cold forming machinery is trusted by industries worldwide, from automotive to aerospace. We pride ourselves on delivering top quality products and world-class customer support, ensuring your business runs smoothly. At National Machinery, we're more than just a company. We're your partner in precision, innovation, and success.
You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. It is 14-0. The hometown Calvert Senecas put up 2 scores in the first quarter and have a commanding lead over the Polar Bears from Hardin Northern. Dominic Helmstetter, Zach Dillon, Connor Roush here on the call tonight. And gentlemen, Calvert's been really doing what they want. They could have had 3 scores tonight if it wasn't for a penalty.
Absolutely. They're just looking like they're outmatching the Polar Bears here. They need to get something going on offense, and it's going to come through that offensive line. They need a push from the big guys up front, the Wynn brothers, center and guard. I mean, you're looking at running the ball.
And this Calvert defense, you see him down there on the field, is DeMoss, one of the leading tacklers on this defense. Zach, they shut out their opponents, or they kept them to 10 points or less in 6 of the 10 contests this season. This is a really great defense.
Yeah, led by Logan DeMoss. He is one of the better defenders in the conference. He can do it all. He can stop the run. He can stop the pass. He can catch interceptions. I mean, he is a really, really key asset to have back there on the back end of your defense.
Absolutely. And after that great defensive stop at 2nd and 11 from the 20-yard line, Polar Bears rolling to their left, looking to get something going. It's tipped at the line and intercepted. It's intercepted by Schumacher, and he's going in for the score. The 12th interception of the entire season. John Schumacher, touchdown Senecas.
I can't draw it up better than this, Dom. It was a screen pass intended to be out to the wide receiver. The big boys up front, they saw it. They batted it up in the air, and fortunate to come down with it. Schumacher, just right place, right time, and a nightmare scenario here for the Polar Bears.
A 20-yard touchdown scoop and score as Schumacher gets the INT and gives them another touchdown on that board. It's just it's going their way.
There is no foul on the play. Ball was kicked at the line of scrimmage.
That's right, it was. All right, we'll just let him call play-by-play now. Nice little recap.
Yeah.
So check this out, Zach.
So it's all due to the big boys up front getting in the quarterback's face. He's able to throw that ball. Who was that actually tipped it?
That was number 77, Cameron Moyer. Yeah.
A guy that plays really, really hard both ways for him and able to just have that awareness. So that was a whole defensive effort there.
Yeah. So PAT is up, and it is good. It is now 21-0. Calvert out in the lead with 2 minutes left in the first quarter.
At Journey Financial Solutions Group, we're here for you and life's journey. From the excitement of your new job and family, to your beautiful home, and maybe a larger vehicle, to when retirement arrives and you can relax more and spend time with fresh new faces. Investments, financial planning, insurance, at Journey Financial Solutions Group. Visit us online to learn more or reach out today.
Commitment and community.
You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports here from Tiffin, Ohio, with 2 minutes and 44 seconds left in the first quarter of play. The Calvert Senecas have a commanding 21-0 lead over the visiting Hardin Northern Polar Bears. Woof, man, what a quarter of action here so far. As you see Hobson on the return as he's pushed out of bounds right around the same place that they started that last drive. Well, Zach, and what else can you say about this Calvert defense? It's a very consistent factor of this football team. It's been a strength all season. We mentioned that they've held opponents to 10 points or fewer in 6 games this season. They had 11 interceptions, Schumacher's being the 12th if you add it all up here. This is just one stellar unit.
Yeah, they've been keeping them in games all season. Now they're putting up points actually for the offense, so this is fantastic for the Senecas. But they have just been such a solid group. They don't get out in front of themselves. They're aggressive, but they don't make many mistakes. They just have been so consistent.
When I went over to Calvert earlier in the week, what was emphasized was having the defense make more opportunities for the offense. But look at the defense just doing it on their own sometimes too.
Defense has outscored the Polar Bears tonight 7-0, so yeah, they're just kind of doing it all. All right, 2nd and 9 from the 22-yard line here. They're going to pitch it to Hobson. Takes it off to the right side, breaks one tackle. He's got more. First down, up to the 40. And the Polar Bears get a huge run and moving those chains.
Yeah, really shifty guy. Look at this. Weaving his way through traffic, breaking out tackles. Nice, solid run.
First and 10 from the 39-yard line after a huge first down rumble by Nolan Hobson, the senior tailback. And now they've got a little extra breathing room. And here we go. It's going to be Hobson again, right up the middle. Short gain. That'll bring up 2nd down for the Polar Bears.
Number 11, Nolan Hobson on the carry, brought down by number 52, Sam Morgan, and the Calvert defensive interior.
Hobson's been the featured tailback tonight. And again, one name we haven't heard much of is Dylan Bacon, one of their leading playmakers this season. Had a couple scores last week, so stay tuned on that one.
Bacon, a wide receiver for him. Just nothing going, so it's hard to throw the ball.
Hobson, direct snap, going to be hit behind the line of scrimmage. Loss on the play. Just look at all those black jerseys just swarming to the football. Big number 77, Cameron Moyer. Seems like we're saying his name. Been saying it a few times here lately.
Well, he had the one big play, the bat in the air for the interception. He's been really consistent all season. Again, both sides of the line. And I can't emphasize just how much it means when you have that rock for this team.
Wilson rolling to his left, overthrows Hobson, incomplete. 4th down for Hardin Northern. And you can just kind of see some of that body language creeping in if you're the Polar Bears, not getting anything going against this Seneca defense.
Yeah, you're asking your quarterback to throw on the run against his body. So, again, this is, he's
lefty.
He's a lefty. He's actually rolling out the right side. That pass just sailing high.
Yeah, but if you look at the end of that replay, Zach, there were 3 people in the area of that wide receiver. There's just nowhere to go.
That ball actually, I mean, if you put it on him, that ball is there.
But you got to drop it in there. Low line drive punt. And, oh, no. And they slipped, fell, and DeMoss stopping right there at the 25.
So going back to that commercial, let's take a look at the coverage here on the outside. You're rolling out left that way. This route, it's coming underneath, so that's actually not that hard of a throw to make from outside of the numbers because your receiver has a step on that underneath defender. So it's out in front. It's just a matter of placing that ball on him right at the sideline, and so that's where that difficulty comes from.
Unable to do so, so Calvert gets the football back, and they've got a 3-score lead right now. 1st and 10 from the 25. Coleman going to hand it off to Warneman right up the middle, up to the 30-yard line. And that's the end of the first quarter here from Tiffin, Ohio. Calvert Senecas 21, Polar Bears 0.
Stay right here. You're locked in on Heart of Ohio Sports.
From the game to online, Baskin Communications has you covered. Since 1906, Baskin Communications has been here for you. Because we're not just serving your community, we're part of it. Trust your local cooperative for fast, reliable fiber internet. Connect with us today and experience the difference of local, dependable service that's built for you. Baskin Communications, your neighbor, your network. Contact us at Baskin Communications for more information.
Want to take your marketing plan to the next level? Let's talk. Shoot us an email at hoosbroadcasting@gmail.com.
I'm Zach Dillon, and you're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Welcome back to the second quarter of play, and let's kick it out to Connor Roush for a few scores in the area.
Some local area games. We have Hopewell on top of Margaretta, 23-0 in the second quarter. Columbian is tied with Benedictine 7-7, and the Mohawk game is 7-0 Mohawk right now.
And there's Cal Warneman, 40, 45, 50, 40. He's just outrunning everybody. He could go the distance. Touchdown, Calvert, number 27, Cal Warneman, with his third score of the night.
Another
flag. And the flag is on the field.
Man, what a track meet tonight so far.
Man, Cal Warneman is having a day. He had a 47-yard TD run. He had a single-yard TD run in the first quarter, and maybe has a 71-yard TD run depending on what happens. Oh. And that's going to come back as they say holding on the offense. Zach, what do you see?
Yeah, so it's right there at the start of this replay, but it's underneath. It's a read option right up the middle, so this kind of veer option where you're reading one of the inside defensive linemen is opposed to the last man on the line of scrimmage, and that's where it happened. Right underneath, it got tangled up. The holding was the right call.
So instead of a 71-yard touchdown run, Calvert's looking to get something going here from the 45-yard line as Coleman throws an incomplete pass, and that'll bring up second down for the Senecas. So 2 penalties on the day for Calvert. Both of them took touchdowns away, and yet they still have a 21-0 lead over the Polar Bears. As it's going to be Warneman, gets around one tackler at the line of scrimmage and works his way up to midfield, and that'll bring up third down for Calvert.
Brought down by number 45, Brody Hitcher.
So we had some technical difficulties there. I think the stream restarted. Where can I get this back to you?
3rd and 5 from the 50-yard line here for the Senecas as they look to keep things moving. Same direction they've had all night long. And looks like somebody jumped down there as another flag is on the field.
Dead ball. False start on the offense.
That's going to be on Calvert as that's going to move them back and bring up 3rd and 10.
Definitely saw the hard count there, and the Polar Bears stayed disciplined that time, and it just went on the other side of the ball there, Dom, getting a little early jump.
So it'll be 3rd and 10 from the 45-yard line, roughly the same area that we kind of started this moments ago. Of course, a couple penalties have factored in here, took away a touchdown, a long run by Warneman, and now it's pushing them back just a little bit further. So Coleman looking to pass. He's got a man open. He's going deep, tipped at the line. DeMoss, the intended receiver, incomplete, and that'll bring up 4th down. DeMoss had a step on his defender, just unable to connect with Coleman. And they're going to be forced to punt the ball back to the Polar Bears.
That one will be hurting as they had that penalty bring that touchdown back.
So right now, 21-0, and Polar Bears are going to get the football back. And we'll see if they're able to do something with it as the punt is nearly tipped at the line, and it's going to be Wilson with the return. 30, 35, 40, knocked out of bounds, and that's where the Polar Bears are going to take over. Xander Wilson over there, you see him, he's just kind of does it all. He looks a little gassed already, and we're just in the second quarter.
And I think this just shows just how well and aggressive this Calvert defense has been playing so far.
No question. Look, they've done it all season long, so we really shouldn't be surprised. And what do they always say? Defense wins championships, and this is one of those defenses that can really get you places. All right, it's 1st and 10 from the 40 for the Polar Bears, as they're looking to get some points up here. It's going to be a handoff to Hobson, who works his way forward for a short gain.
He had that one good run so far in that last drive, but the Seneca's defensive line has been doing pretty good containing him.
Absolutely, and of course, if you're the Polar Bears, you got to think big picture here. You need some points now, but you know that you're going to get the football back in the 3rd quarter, so that could be a possible 2-score swing. But again, what are you going to do right here now? 2nd and 6, 44-yard line here. Pitch out to Hobson, and he's got a little space, 45-50. First down for the Polar Bears. Great pitch and run to Hobson as he squares his shoulders and gets the first down that Hardin Northern needed.
Yeah, and great point there into getting points on the board. Down 3 scores, but at this point, do you want to start exploring what that secondary is like in the Calvert defense, or do they just trust their running game more, and that's what they just rely on?
And we've seen this Calvert defense there. Their secondary can be a little boom or bust at times. So far tonight, it's been a lot of boom, so they've gotten what they've wanted. Nearly taken away again as Dylan Bacon with the reception. It looked like, was that Kimmett who nearly ripped the ball away? Yeah, look at him. He had one hand on Bacon, the other hand swiping at the football.
And this is what I mean by they're an aggressive defense, but they don't get out over in front of their skis, right? They still make the tackle. They're playing the ball there. We'll take a look at it one more time on replay. Look, he's playing the ball, but he's making sure that, all right, I'm getting this tackle too.
And I love how the rest of the defense flies to him to back him up as well. So great job. 2nd and 5 from the 43. And looking to pass it. And Wilson overthrows his intended receiver, Mason Stewart. So that'll be 3rd and 5 for the Polar Bears. I don't know if we should say this is a must-do conversion. It's a big one.
Absolutely.
It has to be.
You're down 3 scores in a playoff game. I mean, that is never a good sign. This is a really good defense. They don't give up comebacks. I mean, they haven't this season. So it's going to be important. You have to run the ball right. You have to pass the ball and get in that rhythm. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, this is about as must-have as you can get. Has a little trickery there, and it goes nowhere as the Senecas are not fooled.
Yeah, you run a misdirection up front. This is that window dressing, right? It's just giving that ball to the fullback underneath, and man, the defensive line for the Senecas are what made that play happen. They were able to muddy the waters. There was no push from the offensive line in their interior. So this defensive line has been playing just stellar tonight.
Yeah, there's no question here. 4th and 4 from the 42-yard line. Hardin Northern keeping their offense out there, and it looks like a timeout on the field.
Coach just taking a little too much time there, and the play clock was down to 2 when they called that timeout.
So they've got a timeout on the field. Let's take a quick timeout up here and thank some of our sponsors here. Brought to you by First National Bank of Sycamore. I'd like to thank Ex-Carre Mexican Restaurant, Forte Music, your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Studios Squared, First National Bank of Sycamore, Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery, Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc., Mullins Entertainment, Landers Strength Syndicate, Viesel's Frame and Collision, Art Lessons by Chelsea Mullins, and the Advertiser Tribune for being faithful Heart of Ohio Sports sponsors all season long. All right, gentlemen, let's do a quick recap here. So we've got 7:29 left in the first half of play. Of course, Ohio Northern, they'll get the football first. In the second half, it's been all Calvert as Cal Warnerman has 2 rushing touchdowns. And then John Schumacher with a 20-yard touchdown interception. And that pick 6 got the Senecas up to that 21-0 lead that they are holding on to right now. All right, 4th and 4 coming at you after the timeout. And it's Wilson, rolls to his left, lowers his shoulder, upended at the sideline. Did he get it? I think he may have, depending on where the spot is. He's awful close. I think he got it, Zach.
That spot looks like he got it. We'll take a look exactly.
Watch this.
Woo! That reach at the end, oh my goodness, what an effort. As he's going out of bounds, he's still in the air from the contact, reaching across and solidifying that first down. I mean, what an effort.
Wilson with a man's run there. 6'1", 190 pounds, lowers his shoulder, reaches out, gets a big-time first down for the Polar Bears. So they're at the 38-yard line now, and we've got some whistles down there on the field. Connor, look, do you see anything? What's going on out there?
The game clock and the play clock will start on my signal.
All right, I guess they're just resetting the clocks, getting them in sync here. And there you go. All right, 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Wilson looking to pass. He's going deep. He's got a man wide open. Touchdown, Mason Stewart. And the Polar Bears get their first score of the night.
What a ball. And just look at all the defenders. I mean, that's just a broken play. Miscommunication. Everybody standing right here, right at that 35-yard line, and turning around. House call.
Mason Stewart, a 38-yard touchdown catch on the busted coverage there. And we had mentioned moments ago kind of that boomer bust factor. And there you saw the bust side of it as the PAT is low, and it is good. It is now 21-7, Senecas over the Polar Bears.
Welcome to your Legacy Federal Credit Union, your trusted community credit union for over 70 years. We're not just a credit union, we're your personal financial counselor. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union is a full-service financial institution tailoring solutions to your needs. Whether it's your first home or planning for the future, we're here to help you find success. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, a legacy built on trust, commitment, and community.
Your legacy.
You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports here in Tiffin, Ohio, as the Senecas have a game now. It's 21-7. And Zach, I mean, look at this coverage. Very odd.
Yeah, to me that says, all right, people aren't knowing what's going on, right? So your defenders, they don't know if they're man zone coverage, trying to get the play from the sideline. I don't know, but again,
they just,
the outside cornerback, he steps up like he's playing run, so maybe he just bit really, really hard on the play action.
Could have been. Anyway, you look at it here, 38-yard touchdown catch for number 1 Mason Stewart, the senior polar bear, and they're on the board here with 6:54 left in the half. All right, it's going to be DeMoss, 25-30, 35-40. Works his way up to the 45-yard line. Not much resistance on that one. Great return by number 10, Logan DeMoss. Calvert Seneca's offense has had a heck of a night so far tonight. And you kind of have to start your focus on Cal Warneman. And this is something that we've seen over the past couple years. When he gets going, so does this offense. Be 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. And it's going to be a handoff to Warneman. He's got some space up across midfield, taken down. Great run. Number 27, Cal Warneman. He's having one of those senior nights, Zach.
Absolutely. These runs, the run game means so much more to an offense than it does the defense.
Yeah.
In a sense, once that momentum gets going, it just feels like impossible to stop. For the defense, it feels like at any moment you could, they could break a run on you, but when you're on the wrong end of that.
All right, so it was Coleman to Kimmett with the pitch and catch and the flag down on the field. And it looks like it's going to be on the offense, so that may push them back a bit.
And that's just another play right there, Dominic. Explosive plays coming back from holding calls.
So it'll be Calvert's 4th penalty tonight, 9th overall between these two teams, so it'll be 2nd and 4 from the 50-yard line. Coleman hands it off, and it's Warneman. 40 around the defenders, just hopping around. He's up to the 30 now. And it's going to take the whole team to knock him out of bounds. His Cal Warneman refuses to go out, keeps churning those legs, and he wanted another score, guys.
Yeah, there's just no quit there by Cal. Coming out here, and when I talked to him earlier this week, he really emphasized too about definitely the senior class, that not knowing if this is going to be their last home game or not here, you're going to play all out.
Certainly playing like it's their last game with this kind of effort here. And scoreboard shows it too. 1st and 10 from the 30 after a huge run by Cal Warneman. And why not just give it back to him? He's got a gap. Look at this. 25, 20. Slips a little bit, and then he's going to be drugged down to the ground. But 1st down for Calvert.
Yeah, fortunately no flag there on the back end. Schumacher gives that little shove in the back. Right there, that's probably a penalty, but
we'll let it slide.
The Senecas pick up a break.
What I've noticed so far, too, is he's just sitting back there, and he's staying calm and not rushing it right away, letting the blocks get made and going through the gaps.
1st and 10 from the 17-yard line. We're now under 5 minutes left in the first half here. Calvert's got a 21-7 lead as the defense holds up their end of it right there. And you can see Wilson, and then you saw Poor, number 77, Wyatt Poor, also in on it. Great stop by the Polar Bears. Of course, you want to make sure you stay tuned right here, as we'll have our halftime marching band performance brought to you by Forte Music coming up in about 4 minutes and 19 seconds here at Heart of Ohio Sports. Second and 10 from the 17 for the Senecas, as it looks like Coach Lento didn't like something that he saw. Timeout Calvert down on the field. We're going to take a short timeout. We'll be right back from Frost County Stadium. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports from Frost County Stadium. The Calvert Senecas 21, the Hardin Northern Polar Bears 7. Let's kick it out to Connor. Connor, well, you got some scores from the area?
Yeah, I'm just checking in on our other crew over in Sycamore, and Mohawk is up 14-7 over Edgerton, and they just got another touchdown. So it is going to be a two-score game right there.
There you have it. Heart of Ohio Sports getting all of Seneca County in tonight. Is Coleman going deep, and it's touchdown! DeMoss, after it's tipped, score for the Calvert Senecas.
Oh, man, it just doesn't get any worse for the Polar Bears. That's a sure thing interception and gifted a touchdown. It just right into his hands. Take a look at this. I mean, the route is undercut perfectly, and if you are Dylan Bacon, I mean, golly, that's just horrible.
That's a tough one right there. That tip just dropped right into the breadbasket of Logan DeMoss. Touchdown, Senecas, as they get that 3-score lead back. And with the PAT, it's now 28-7. Calvert in the lead.
Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc. is here for all of your printing and design needs. From unions to small events, to business apparel and even vehicle lettering, they've got you covered. They make the gear that you make your memories in. Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc.
Moments ago, Logan DeMoss, number 10, scooped up a quick tip, and it's touchdown Calvert, and they've got a 28-7 lead over Hardin Northern.
Looking at our national machinery replay, boop, boop, just in and out of the hands. It came through so softly.
I know. Man, look, everything is going the home team's way tonight. There's no question. We've got 4 minutes left in the half here, and I don't think the Senecas can do wrong tonight. I mean, if you want to say they've done something wrong, maybe a couple of penalties, which would have actually took 2 scores away. So it could be worse, Zach.
Well, here's what you're saying right now to this team. You're saying finish. You can't get ahead of yourselves. You're playing great football. You need to keep your foot on the gas pedal.
Well, with receiving the ball in the third quarter, they were able to bring it back down to a 2-point game. But now that you're back at 3 scores, you got to wonder what they're thinking and what they got to do here to get that score again.
Well, they've got 3 minutes and 56 seconds to figure that out. So let's find out. 1st and 10 from the 34-yard line. Wilson to Bacon, incomplete. Is Bacon I don't know. He's got bacon grease on his hands. That's all I can think of because he's having a rough 2 plays right there.
You gotta imagine if that's in his head, right? 2 big drops right in a row, one for a touchdown, or excuse me, one for an interception.
It was a touchdown. It's just the other way.
Yeah, one for an interception, this one for an easy gain. It's such a mental thing, right? Because you're thinking, all right, I just dropped an interception. I just gave up a touchdown. I'm going to get this right. I'm going to make a big play and make up for it, and that's when the drops happen.
Wolf pressuring Wilson, and nearly got him. Is that intentional grounding? Is that a throwaway? Is that a fumble? What are we talking about? Wolf just ready to pounce on him.
So it wouldn't be intentional grounding because he is well outside that tackle box, so he can get rid of the ball like that.
Flag down. I think there's a flag down there now, at the spot.
I think that's going to be on that late hit. That should be exactly what that is. Again, no intentional grounding. You get rid of the ball. I think they're,
I know Carter Wolf. I think they're calling it intentional grounding there, guys. Do we have any audio of that? Said a couple things. Connor, what did you hear out there?
It was intentional grounding and loss of down.
Okay. So intentional grounding, loss of down, as Carter Wolf just chased down the quarterback from behind, and now Polar Bears, they got a 3rd and 24.
I'm interested to see that one again because I thought he was outside the tackle box you can throw the ball away like that.
Again, it's Wilson being chased around the field, and he throws it long, and he's got it. Stewart catches the ball. First down. Oh, my gosh.
And talk about big plays. Guess what else? There is another flag on the field.
Of course there is.
But what a catch.
Yeah, so Wilson running for his life, spins around, throws it deep, and Mason Stewart catches it behind 2 defenders.
And they're saying ineligible receiver downfield.
Of course they are.
So that's the second time they've got bit by it again. And it's when that quarterback can move around, that's when that becomes a problem. Great ball.
Man.
What a shame it's taken back.
No kidding. A huge gain by the Polar Bears, negated by another penalty.
I mean, you saw he was scrambling in the backfield there, but it didn't seem like he had the ball for too long. He passed it within a few seconds.
So that penalty is going to push the Polar Bears back. It's now 3rd and 29 from the 15-yard line.
And to that point, Connor, after this play,
Wilson rolling, going deep, just chucking it up. And who got it? I think Calvert got it. So it's like a punt. Calvert interception. This time it's number 24, Nolan Lee.
But take a look at it. I mean, you're throwing up the Hail Mary ball. And he's able to read that like a center fielder and just come over and make the pass. But back to my other point, it's not a matter of how long the quarterback is holding on to the ball or where he's at in the pocket. It's when he breaks containment and your offensive linemen have to start finding the work, finding the people, and getting away. That's when you can have that issue of them getting upfield trying to find.
All right, after the interception, Calvert's second interception of the night, they've got it 1st and 10 from the 41-yard line. And, of course, they're going to give it. Oh, it's knocked loose. Polar Bears have it. It'll be interesting to see. Polar Bears have it. Warneman, who is near a first down, it was knocked away. Polar Bears scoop it up and take off.
Yeah, clean fumble. We'll take a look at it in a replay. But look at how high this ball comes as he's going through the hole. Look at how wide that is away from his body. And that's just that nature of running. And great hit. He's able to come from behind and knock that ball out. Great punch out. A great turnover.
Xander Wilson coming from behind and knocking it away from Warnament. The Polar Bears get it back and now have a 1st and 10 from the 47-yard line. And it's going to be number 11, Hobson, who's taken down for a short gain.
So just a fortunate break. Back-to-back turnovers. Man, this game.
It's been lively. That's what I've got to say. 2nd and 7 from the 44-yard line. Wilson looking to pass. He's going to air it out. Ooh, great break on the football there as Schumacher was looking for the INT.
That's absolutely right. Good break on the outside. Play action pass. It's a comeback route. It's kind of, it's not run as sharp as I would have liked it from Stewart there on the outside. That, you know, we have kind of those lazy turns out there.
Yeah, Schumacher just watched it the whole time. Yeah,
exactly. No one's getting fooled on those kind of routes.
No, not at all.
If you're selling streak, if you're selling that downfield route and the cut hard, it's easier.
Wilson pressure as he gets it away. And he's got his, I believe, tight end there, number 45. That's Bodie Hipsher.
Yeah, look at this ball to Hipsher. I mean, this is a fastball right down the middle. He's got to throw it. He has pressure right there. An absolute laser for the 1st down.
1st and 10 from the 36 after connecting with Hipsher. Wilson rolls to his right, looking to sling it again. And he's got his man, number 11, Hobson.
Back-to-back 1st downs. They're rolling. This is what the Polar Bears need. They need to get in this kind of rhythm, stepping up in the pocket. See, that's a little bit better route there by Stewart. He's able to sell himself there to the sideline, make the hard cut. He knows where he's at. He makes the catch inbounds.
And Xander Wilson, look out. He's starting to pick up a little rhythm here as he's been able to connect on the last two. 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. We've got 1 minute, 52 seconds left in the half, and another flag is on the field. Oof. Been a little bit of a sloppy half here for both teams. Hardin Northern, I've got 8 penalties for them. Not the type of playoff football you hope to put on tape, guys.
It was Cameron Frank, slot receiver. He just got a little too antsy. He fell back, you know. And again, when skilled players make that kind of error, more times than not, they have the spotlight on them. I feel like the play's going to him every time.
Wilson has his receiver, and he's in. Nolan Hobson with the score from 29 yards out. And the Polar Bears they're hopping.
Great ball over the middle of the field, over top of that underneath defender. And then number 11, Nolan Hobson, he's doing all the work himself, getting into the end zone. Capitalizing off of that turnover could be the turning point for the Polar Bears. That's exactly what they needed. Now, if their defense can go out and make a stop, they feel like they're really in this game.
And that'll be the big one there because the PAT is blocked. So that's going to keep our score 28-13. And you were saying their defense has to do something, but so far tonight, the Calvert offense has looked pretty darn good.
Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc. is here for all of your printing and design needs. Full range of insurance from unions to small events. To business apparel and even vehicle lettering, they've got you covered. At Ford, make the gear that you make your memorable. Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc.
Hey, you're watching Heart of Ohio Sports here from Frost Calnow Stadium, and the score is 28-13 after a 29-yard catch by the Polar Bears to give them 2 scores on the night. Dominic Helmstetter, Zach Dillon here on the call. And, of course, we've got some colorful commentary from Connor Roush outside in the bleachers. All right, here you go, and it is a huge return by Calvert as Kimmett takes it up to the 45-yard line, and we're going to get a chance to see this offense again. Of course, Cal Warneman, so successful tonight, 2 touchdown scores, but the last time he carried it, he fumbled it, and that gave the Polar Bears a chance to put some points on the board.
Absolutely. In scoring off of that turnover, although the blocked extra point did sour it a little bit, but scoring off that turnover, just that was the little bit of light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
That was your little bit of hope getting back into this one. And now if this defense can go out there and make a stop, I mean, you're in this game.
No question. They get the ball back in the third quarter, too. So let's see. Coleman rolls to his right, and he's got his man. And it looks like Schumacher with the reception. And that'll bring up second down for Calvert.
Yeah, minute 30 on the clock. You're not worried about the time, but you're certainly aware of it. You're keeping it inbounds because you want to be the last team to have this ball. So, again, you're just aware of that clock. You got a minute 5 left to go. You're still keeping things in bounds. You got your timeout still.
2nd and 2 from the 48. Handing it off to Warneman, first down.
So now you can get into this kind of NASCAR set. That's what we call it. You have 2 or 3 plays that you can go to, one word call. And so everybody knows what's going on. Everybody knows where the ball's going, and you can just keep that momentum driving.
First down for Calvert. Coleman looking to pass it. He's going deep along the sideline. He's got his man, and he's got it. Carter Wolf with the reception. First down and more.
Surgical QB play right now. I mean,
that was beautiful.
Ball is perfect. Way to get the feet down, Carter Wolf. Things are rolling, and
I could watch that all night, Zach. That looked beautiful.
The Polar Bears, I mean, you got 38 seconds. You need to make the stop. Keep your team in it. Get the ball back. Keep it a 2-score
I don't know. Coleman starts dropping dimes like that. They better watch out. 1st and 10 after a beautiful pass to Wolf. And 38 seconds here, and Calvert wants those points back. It's going to be Warneman right up the middle. Inside the 20 here, so it'll be second down. Timeout Calvert with 34 seconds left in the first half.
You know, the thing I'm impressed by, your freshman quarterback, Tucker Coleman, coming into a playoff game, right? And he is dropping dimes like that. He's playing, he's got his composure. He's playing under control. He's putting the ball where he needs to put it. He's had some consistency issues, and you get that with young guys. But
sure.
Man, this is a big spot for him, and he's doing really well.
Absolutely. Your first playoff game of your high school career, and your team is in command, and you just go back there, relax, and do the play.
And, you know, it does help when you have experienced guys like Schumacher to lean
Definitely.
on. And you have that run game.
A guy like Warneman in the backfield. I mean, yeah, you're right.
Warneman, you have an offensive line that's experienced. They've been playing well. They've been playing consistent. So the pieces are in play to really set him up for success. But, again, it's credit to him. He's going out there and doing it.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun couple of years. They continue to build on that, too. So 2nd and 8 from the 19-yard line as Coach Lento called a timeout. And it's going to be Coleman. Steps up, tosses it. He's got a man wide open, and it's number 12, Carter Wolf. Touchdown, Senecas.
A good play call. You're using the receiver over the middle of the field to take away that deep safety, and then you're running Carter Wolf right behind him, coming across the field from left to right. I mean, those deep crossing routes that make the defensive backs make a decision. I mean, when the coverage breaks down even a little bit, that can be a dangerous play, and you see exactly why there.
Carter Wolf had a touchdown catch earlier in the half, which was negated by a penalty He gets to keep this one, though. So 34-13 after the PAT is blocked, and the Senecas are back up big.
At First National Bank of
UIS
Sycamore, we
Insurance
are
and
a truly
Investments,
local
your
bank that is
hometown
community-based
agency,
and
providing a full range of
community-focused.
insurance and financial services
We are
with a
invested
local
in your
touch.
success,
Contact
and our
your
team is here to help. First National Bank of Sycamore, banking that just makes sense.
You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports here, and we are 28 seconds away from halftime, so make sure you stay tuned right here. We're going to have our halftime marching band performance brought to you by Forte Music coming up in seconds. But first, let's just look back at a moment. As a moment ago, senior Carter Wolf caught a 19-yard touchdown catch.
Again, I want to highlight that crossing route. You're using the receiver on the right side of the screen, coming across to the left. Meanwhile, you're going to sneak Carter Wolf, your tight end, over the middle of the field that way.
Tucker Coleman, his second passing score of the night. And, man, look at this. Calvert's just flying around the football field.
Maybe a return mishap. Did he touch it? Did he
I don't
not?
know.
That ball found its way into the end zone.
That's dangerous there.
It's a game of inches.
Oof. So we've got 2 Cal Warneman touchdown runs, and we've got 2 Tucker Coleman touchdown passes here in the first half, and things have just gone very smoothly for the Senecas.
And this is what you really wanted from Calvert, is seeing their offense flow really nice. So having 4 offensive touchdowns, especially in the first half, you're doing things correctly.
And you can't forget about the pick 6 that John Schumacher had.
Absolutely.
Just been a great performance on all 3 phases.
And it really complements the defense as well. Just
definitely
makes their job easier too.
Hobson with the carry. Nowhere to go. 14, 13, 12 seconds left in the half. And if you're the Polar Bears, you just let this go. You got the ball back in the third quarter, and it looks like that's what they might do. All right, end of the first half here from Frost County Stadium in Tiffin. It is Calvert 34, Hardin Northern 13.
Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. Hope in Fostoria is your prevention headquarters. Overseeing CARSA, they lead the fight against substance abuse with impactful campaigns like Parents Who Host Lose the Most, Red Ribbon Week, and the Hidden in Plain Sight display. They also drive the Suicide Prevention Coalition, promoting the 988 Crisis Hotline, mental health awareness, and Max's Miles Suicide Prevention Walk. Hope in Fostoria would like to remind you that mental health and addiction issues do not discriminate, but sometimes people do. Words matter. Stop the stigma. The words we use to describe mental illness and substance use disorders can impact the likelihood that people will seek help and the quality of help they receive. The language used relating to addiction is important. Using the right words helps to decrease stigma. Here are some helpful tips. Talk about substance use disorder as a chronic illness, not a moral failing, and be a leader in reducing stigma and promoting recovery from this disease. Learn more about Hope in Fostoria and reducing stigma at hopeinfostoria.com.
Welcome to your Legacy Federal Credit Union, your trusted community credit union for over 70 years. We're not just a credit union, we're your personal financial counselor. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union is a full-service financial institution tailoring solutions to your needs. Whether it's your first home or planning for the future, we're here to help you find success. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, a legacy built on trust, commitment, and community.
Your legacy, your legacy.
We are your neighbors, your sons and daughters. We are learning life and job skills and getting an education. We're proud to serve Ohio. We are your Ohio Army National Guard. Learn more about part-time service at nationalguard.com/OH.
For over 150 years, National Machinery in Tiffin has been setting the standard in metal forming technology. Our innovative cold forming machinery is trusted by industries worldwide, from automotive to aerospace. We pride ourselves on delivering top quality products and world-class customer support, ensuring your business runs smoothly. At National Machinery, we're more than just a company. We're your partner in precision, innovation, and success. Visit us online and see how we're shaping the future, one part at a time.
It's time for high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports.
It's halftime here at Frost County Stadium from Tiffin, Ohio. Calvert 34, Hardin Northern 13. We're going to go down on the field as the Hardin Northern Polar Bear Marching Band is performing.
It may just have been Halloween, but I ain't afraid of no ghosts. Please enjoy the Polar Bears' next fun seasonal classic, Ghostbusters. Chappelle Roan, who was inspired by her childhood dream of wanting to become a cheerleader. Here is Hot to Go. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Under the direction of Mr. Victor Welch, the Calvert Marching Band and Color Guard will be performing a number of great selections for you tonight. We invite Field Commander Emma Marvin to take the stand and lead the band through our first song. Hand Clap is a song that was recorded by American indie pop band Fits and Tantrums. Popular amongst clubs and dance teams everywhere, we are sure you will enjoy our first tune. Hit it, band. Next up, we have a classic hit from 1995, Bon Jovi's It's My Life. This was one of the most popular, successful songs by Bon Jovi internationally, reaching #1 in many countries, including Austria, Belgium, Italy, and Switzerland. Sing along as we play It's My Life. We have a band favorite, Michael Jackson's Thriller. The music video for Thriller is considered one of the most famous music videos of all time. The Library of Congress added it to its National Film Registry in 2009. The first music video in their registry. Dance along with us if you know the moves. Take it away, band.
Have fun second half.
Hell yeah!
You're watching the halftime marching band performance brought to you by Forte Music here on Heart of Ohio Sports. We're going to take a short time out, and then we'll be back for the second half of this playoff game.
Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
At First National Bank of Sycamore, we are a truly local bank that is community-based and community-focused. We are invested in your success, and our team is here to help. First National Bank of Sycamore, banking that just makes sense.
We connect fans to the action like no one else can. As a business in today's market, you got to stay ahead of the game. And what better way than to get on board with the fastest growing brand in media today? I mean, you can take it from me, or you can just listen to them.
When recruiters want to see our game film, we tell them they can watch on Heart of Ohio Sports.
For over 150 years, National Machinery in Tiffin has been setting the standard in metal forming technology. Our innovative cold forming machinery is trusted by industries worldwide, from automotive to aerospace. We pride ourselves on delivering top quality products and world-class customer support, ensuring your business runs smoothly. At National Machinery, we're more than just a company. We're your partner in precision, innovation, and success. Visit us online and see how we're shaping the future, one part at a time.
It's time for high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Hey, it's your boys,
Dominic
and Connor,
and we're chilling with Zach Dillon here on Heart of Ohio Sports.
We are your neighbors, your sons and daughters. We are learning life and job skills and getting an education. We're proud to serve Ohio. We are your Ohio Army National Guard. Learn more about part-time service at nationalguard.com/OH.
Want to take your marketing plan to the next level? Let's talk. Shoot us an email at hoosbroadcasting@gmail.com.
Stop down to Benchwarmers in Tiffin or call it in for delivery. Fresh cut fries, locally sourced ingredients, and phenomenal service. Give the Tiffin store a call at 567-268-9268 and place your delivery order now. Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery.
I'm Zach Dillon, and you're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports from Frost Calnell Stadium in Tiffin, Ohio. Zach Dillon, Connor Roush, and of course Dominic Helmstead are here on the call. And the hometown team, the Calvert Senecas, got a commanding 34-13 lead over Hardin Northern Polar Bears in our opening round of the OHSAA playoffs. Let's see. Tucker Coleman down there on the field had one heck of a first half there. And why don't we just go through all of the scores here? Of course, Coleman, he put up 2 touchdown passes, but a little bit more happened before that. So let's go back to the first quarter here. It started off with a Cal Warneman 47-yard touchdown run. Those are the first points of the night. Then Warneman followed it up on the next drive with a 1-yard touchdown run. And wouldn't you know it, the defense was offended that they were not getting enough play from us here, Zach. And it was John Schumacher, 20-yard pick 6. So after the first quarter, 21-0, Calvert in the lead, but that's not all. Hardin Northern, they stormed back as Stewart was able to punch it in. 38-yard TD catch to get them on the board, but wouldn't you know it, it was Logan DeMoss, 17-yard TD catch. That was the first for Coleman. And then Calvert, Nolan Lee had an interception. So that's Calvert's second interception of the half. And then they fumbled it up. Hardin Northern scooped up that fumble recovery and proceeded to go score. 29-yard TD catch. And, of course, Carter Wolf came back, capped off the half with a 19-yard TD catch from Coleman. 34-13. Calvert, what do you think about that, Zach?
Well, this is a game of momentum, obviously, and it felt like the Polar Bears had a little going into the half, but yeah. Calvert and Tucker Coleman put together a fantastic drive right there to end the half. They kind of took away all of that little bit of hope on that long touchdown catch from Carter Wolf.
Yeah, it was a really great 90-second drive there for Calvert. As you said, they responded immediately. So that's what we've got going on here in Tiffin, Ohio. Why don't we kick it out to Connor Roush, get a few scores around the playoff action, around the area with playoff action.
So the game that you're looking at, if you are a Seneca, is this Upper Scioto Valley and Delphus St. John's game. It is in the third quarter, and it is 22-14 Upper Scioto. So with Calvert, say they take this game tonight, it's a tale between two ends. If Upper Scioto wins, then Calvert has to go on the road. But if Delphus St. John wins, we get another home game here.
There you have it. So two teams battling it out. We'll keep an eye on them, as it certainly has an impact on what happens here tonight in Tiffin.
A couple other games around the area we could potentially see Hopewell Loudon versus Seneca East. That would be a big game.
That'd be
Mohawk,
fun.
They're rolling, it seems like. So, you know, for us at Heart of Ohio Sports, I mean, those are some games, of course, we're going to keep an eye on.
A lot of great playoff football action here in Seneca County area.
Yeah, and Seneca East right now is on top of Western Reserve, 37-12. That is a road game for Seneca East. They had to travel to Western Reserve, and that is on the other side of Norwalk, over in Collins. And then over on the A stream, you have Mohawk up 28-7, and then Columbian is facing a 21-7 deficit against Benedictine.
Well, there you have it, and here we have it as the second half of play is underway. Hardin Northern getting the ball back first as they deferred in the first half. And here you go, 40, 45, 50, all the way across midfield as number 1, Stewart with the return. Mason Stewart, huge return there for the Polar Bears, and that's a pretty good start here for the second half. See if they can continue that positive momentum and get some points up there on the board. Now their offense seemed to come alive a little bit there towards the end of the first half, and it started with number 14, Xander Wilson, able to open it up a little bit and pass the ball efficiently. So here we go, quick pitch out to number 11, Nolan Hobson, and he'll be taken down to the ground for a short gain. And wouldn't you know, it's our good friend Logan DeMoss with the tackle.
His awareness on this defense has been tremendous this year for the Senecas.
Leading tackler for this Seneca defense coming in to tonight.
Leads him into interceptions as well. He's up near the top of the conference in that category.
Yeah, Logan DeMoss, 86 tackles. As you see, Nolan Hobson getting first down and more there, but DeMoss, 86 tackles, 2 sacks, 3 interceptions on the season. Picking up, doing just as well here in the playoffs.
Yeah, pitch out to the right side. Made possible that right tackle with the kick-out block. He's able to push that defender upfield. Give you running back room underneath.
Nolan Hobson with the first down run, and that'll bring him up to the 27-yard line here as the Polar Bears, they've got something happening on this drive. They need to score, and they're going to keep it with Wilson, quarterback keeper right up the middle. He's got a little space as he powers his way forward inside the 20-yard line. That'll bring up second and short for Hardin Northern. Now, we really didn't see a lot of those quarterback runs from Hardin Northern in the first half, so maybe that's a new wrinkle they're going to try to take advantage of.
You're looking for any advantage you can get. You got to get yourself back into this one. Going down the field and scoring early certainly does help that.
Second and 2 from the 19-yard line here. They're going to hand it off to Hobson, who gets a first down and more inside the 10-5. Touchdown, Polar Bears! Nolan Hobson with a 19-yard touchdown score, and Hardin Northern's on the board.
Yeah, really quick handoff here, right side. He's just able to cut back out to that far side of the field. Great vision, great agility to make those juke moves, and that's exactly what you needed, a quick score coming out of the half. I mean, that's what head coach Jerry Cooper was looking for.
No question, and Hobson, your go-to tailback all first half here, breaks one loose and gets some points up on the board for Hardin Northern. And, of course, they're looking for a 2-point conversion as they bounced a PAT off the uprights in the first half. Wilson rolls to his right. He throws back across his body, incomplete, as Stewart, the intended receiver, unable to bring it in, and there is a flag down there on the field.
Yeah, let's see exactly what the flag is. You got the sprint out right side. Now the quarterback's going against his body. That ball perfectly placed,
right on
felt
him.
Like.
Yeah.
It's a difficult catch, but
it's on Hardin Northern, so they're going to decline the penalty, and no good. So it's going to remain 34-19 after the missed 2-point conversion.
They're saying offensive pass interference.
So push off there. We'll see it again. Right there in the back. Oh, actually, it's right here on number 10 for is Dylan Bacon. That outside receiver, kind of using him as like a screen, and you would basketball. You're just flushing out that area for your receiver who's going to catch the ball in the back of the end zone. But again, that ball just felt perfectly placed.
Yeah. And you mentioned Dylan Bacon there. He's had a rough game so far tonight. Penalty right there, as you mentioned. He had a missed catch right before halftime, and he tipped the ball up and into the waiting arms of Logan DeMoss, which gave Calvert a quick score. Tough night for that young man. So Hardin Northern, they're going to kick it back to Calvert, and low line drive it. We'll see if this Calvert offense can kind of keep it going right where they left off. Their special teams is as they take it up to midfield, and just like that, cut the field in half, and Calvert offense is in business.
You're getting some fantastic returns tonight. Credit to this team. They're filling their lanes properly. The return men have been just not hesitating. I mean, they're just, you're going, you're just moving with your instincts. You're feeling the course where the ball needs to go, and they've been able to get these big returns and set your offense up.
See Tucker Coleman there on the screen. 2 touchdown throws here on the night. Seeing if he can get another one as he fakes it to Wolf, gives it to Warnament. Short gain. Defense is all over that one. You see big number 45, Bodie Hipsher, stopping him cold in his tracks.
Yeah, not fooled at all. Coming off the edge. Turns right back down the line of scrimmage. Makes the play.
2nd and 10 from the 50 after a stellar return by the special teams. Senecas, they got those 34 points in the first half, hoping to extend this lead just a bit more.
It's worth noting, Dom, how much it has cooled off from this afternoon. Now 47 degrees. It's windy out there.
Warnman, the rusher.
These hits.
Actually, Nolan Lee, sorry.
These hits start to sting just a little bit more, especially when it's 70 this afternoon.
It was nice. It wasn't bad at all. Although I'm looking at the flags right now, I think there's less wind now than at the beginning of the football game.
It died down a little bit, but guys, in the press box.
So it's easy for us to say inside the nice, warm confines of the press box.
I'm wearing 5 layers out here, and I'm still cold.
I offered my jacket, but it's not good enough for you, Connor.
But it's good enough for a first down right here.
Schumacher with the catch there, and that should be enough for a first down for Calvert.
It is. Right at the sticks, he plants his feet, comes back to the football. Nice job. Just when you're on the sidelines as a wide receiver, they tell you you're going limp right there as you're going out of bounds. You're like planting those feet in the ground.
Yeah.
You're letting them drag across, and you're not going to use your lower body at all.
1st and 10 from the 40-yard line here, and it's going to be Warnament, who tries to cut back but is taken down immediately by number 32, Cruz Curtis.
Yeah, now we're starting to see some really good team defense. It's the first man to the football, getting hands on him, not letting him go anywhere, and then rallying and making that gang tackle.
Second and 11 from the 41-yard line for Calvert. They're going to spread things out here. Coleman able to throw it, gives it to Warnament, and Warnament, we nearly broke away, and he's going to be taken down. It'll be 3rd down, Calvert. Ooh, look at that arm tackle. Wow.
Able to stay on his feet, keep those legs churning.
No doubt. So it'll be 3rd and 4 after the run by Warnament. And he's had a heck of a night, 2 scores, and up around 100 yards. They're going to pitch it to Wolf, Wolf upended, taken down inside the 30. That's a first down for Calvert, and they keep those chains moving.
I love this call. The shovel option, it just works on short down yardage. Right up underneath, you have the defenders on the outside stopped in their tracks. Great play call.
So first half of play, Cal Warneman had 14 rushes and 188 yards officially. Not a bad half. Oh, 2 touchdowns as well. Did I mention that?
Fine.
He had 2 scores. Yeah. So not a bad way to start your senior playoff campaign. So Wolf going to get this one again, and he's taken down right at the 30-yard line for a short loss.
See, it's that option. He throws it out on a bubble screen. It's just red all the way. No one was fooled. But the problem is that run wasn't there either. So on both ends of that play, really nothing you could do.
2nd and 13 from the 31-yard line. And Coleman looking to pass again here. He's going to be hit as he throws. He goes deep. He's got his man just knocked away, incomplete. Great defense by Nolan Hobson as he was able to deny what I think was Kimmett, the receiver there.
He had the guy open, but couldn't quite get the ball there now.
Now, you talked about the efficiency of Coleman in his first half. He had a very steady passing attack, 7 of 10 for 90 yards and 2 touchdowns. So he's done very well so far tonight. And this has been a huge difference, the growth and maturation of this young man. And look at this. And it's going to be Warneman. He just will not go down.
I mean, you're right. He takes the contact so well. Small center of gravity. Keep those legs moving. He's just full head of steam. I mean, everything you can say, it's true. He's been doing it well.
No question. That's the second run we've seen on this drive where he's ready to just run away from the defender who's holding onto his jersey for dear life.
Just
4th and 4.
Yep, 4th and 4. That's what I was going to mention.
Coleman looking to pass. Pump fake. Looks through the middle. He's got a man wide open and not able to bring it in. Carter Wolf, the intended receiver, unable to bring it in. Turnover on downs, and Hardin Northern's going to get the ball back.
A moon ball. They were waiting for it to come down.
Looks like it might have been Coleman's third read on that as he kind of clearly went from the left of the field to the middle of the field, pump fake, threw it, and he had him, just not able to convert. So turnover on downs after the missed catch. Be 1st and 10 from the 22-yard line. Hardin Northern scored on their last offensive possession. And this man right here, number 11, Nolan Hobson, was a big reason for it. A little pushing and shoving there at the end of that play, Zach.
Yeah, the runoff of the right side. Not quite able to break that one back as cleanly as you would have liked.
Hobson looking for a little of the magic that he had at the end of that last drive, a 19-yard touchdown run, his first score of the night, and he's had a pretty steady evening. As Hobson, he had 41 yards in the first half. And here we go. It's going to be Hobson again. Should have enough for a first down. As Hardin Northern able to move those chains. They've started off looking really good here in the second half, Zach.
That they have. It's like a counter. It comes backwards across the formation against the defense, and he's able to just get enough.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 34-yard line. We're down to 3 minutes here in the third quarter of play. Calvert 34, Hardin Northern 19. And you've got the Polar Bears driving here, trying to tack on another score. Wilson rolling to his left, reversing course to his right, slings it. Oh, bounced off the hands of number 45, Bodie Hipsher. Incomplete.
Yeah, this is a boot out to the left side, and he's got to reverse all the way back across field, change hands with the ball, get it back into his throwing hand, his left hand, and then sling it across his body, and he still puts it on point. That ball just not able to be reeled in by the receiver.
So I'm thinking about this Calvert defense here, Zach, and if you just get rid of that Hopewell game last week, the last time they gave up this many points was October 11th. They gave up 21 to Woodmore, but of course they won by 30. So if you go back further, the last time they gave up this many points, as you see Polar Bears rushing it there, last time Calvert gave up double-digit points was week 2 against Monroeville. And that was a loss, 23-9. So they just don't give up points.
They don't. They're really, really good defense. You see the fake pitch, handoff up the middle.
So it'll be 3rd and 6 from the 38-yard line here as the Calvert defense hoping to hold them. Wilson rolls to his right, reverses field, throws it from his heels, and incomplete. 4th down, Polar Bears. Not sure he had many choices on that one. Great coverage, Calvert defense.
Yeah, it's a 2-score game, 2 minutes, 5 seconds here in the third quarter. I'm interested to see what was going here. I thought they were going to go for it.
That was my first thought.
I think bringing out the punt team here is the smart decision.
Wilson, the quarterback, also the punter. And there you go. Kicks it away. And decent bounce as it's going to land around the 26. And the Calvert offense back on the field.
From the game to online, Baskin Communications has you covered. Since 1906, Baskin Communications has been here for you. Because we're not just serving your community, we're part of it. Trust your local cooperative for fast, reliable fiber internet. Connect with us today and experience the difference of local, dependable service that's built for you. Baskin Communications, your neighbor, your network. Contact us at Baskin Communications for more information.
Welcome back to Tiffin, Ohio. It is 1st and 10 from the 27-yard line for the Senecas. And here's this is all you need to know. Cal Warneman running the football.
He does it well, Dom. He's just a hard runner.
He's over 200 yards tonight.
Absolutely, he is. This one just that wide right outside zone stretch play. Just get him in space. Give him a full head of steam. He's able to take that kind of contact. And when you're running for, 6-7 yards a clip, it just takes a toll on the defense.
1:15 left in the third quarter here, and giving it back to Warneman. And he's got space. 40, 45, 50, one man to beat. 40, 30. He's just going to outrun him. 20, 10, 5. And is he in? He is. Touchdown, Cal Warneman. A 67-yard score. And the Senecas extend this lead just a little bit more.
I think when the counter run is executed perfectly, it is the most beautiful play in football. You send your kick out block, you send your lead block through. They just split the seas, and there's just no one. Great run, and that's made possible. Just perfect execution by the big guys up front.
Cal Warneman with his 3rd rushing touchdown of the night, and it's a big one. A 67-yard scamper, and the Senecas are commanding this football game. And the PAT's up, and it is good. It is now 41-19, and I hate to think about next week, but we might be able to start thinking about next week, guys, because Calvert looks good.
Yeah, take a look again, one more time on the replay. You have the kick out block, your lead block comes through. It's just perfect up front, and that's what happens. It's just beautiful. I mean, that is poetry in motion. I love seeing, perfectly executed run plays.
And to give you a score update here, Upper Scioto Valley and Delphus St. John's. Upper Scioto Valley is up 22-20. So it's definitely gotten to a closer game since when we looked at the score at halftime.
Of course, the winner of tonight between Calvert and Hardin Northern will go on to play Upper Scioto Valley, the winner of Upper Scioto Valley and St. John's. So, again, a score that we'll keep an eye on, and we know that Connor Roush, you're going to keep us connected with that one because all sorts of implications here. St. John's wins, then we would stay here in Tiffin, and Calvert would host a second game. However, if Upper Scioto wins, then whoever wins this game, we'll say Calvert perhaps. I mean, it's possible with this score. They would go to Upper Scioto.
And it shows right now that it is in the fourth quarter. Don't know the time, but it's in the fourth quarter.
We're in the third quarter here with 1 minute left in the third quarter. Calvert on the legs of Cal Warneman, 41-19, and a squib kick as Hardin Northern able to get it and hold on to it, and it looked like it was number 73. That's River Wynn who got it. It got belted too.
It takes a shot. I mean, that one goes way up in the air. Calvert did not hold back.
They're having fun out there, guys. I mean, you cannot say that this isn't the dream scenario for them. They have looked good in all phases of the game. They are putting up points in bunches, and it's playoffs. They're just having some fun football.
Especially after last week. I mean, it was disheartening. I mean, you were going against a better team. You were going against a bigger team, but still, I mean, when you can come back and beat up on a team in the playoffs, it feels good.
Very good. It means something, too. So Hobson with the carry, and that'll bring up second down for the Polar Bears. So one of the things we kind of mentioned in pregame is the consistency of the Calvert offense, and I think they've kind of hit that concern and tucked it away tonight.
Absolutely. In all phases. The passing game, quarterback, Tucker Coleman's been great. The offensive line has been great. The running backs have been doing their thing. It's just exactly what you want to see. There's a big
stop. Logan DeMoss. Got him.
I mean, watch him.
Did we say they're having fun, Zach?
They are. He just, from that safety position, read it all the way. No blockers out in front to touch him.
I think he flexed. I think I saw a flex right there. You could roll it back. When he tackles him, gets up, I think there's a flex, and why not? 41-19 at the end of 3 from Tiffin, Ohio.
Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
At Journey Financial Solutions Group, we're here for you and life's journey. From the excitement of your new job and family, to your beautiful home, and maybe a larger vehicle, to when retirement arrives and you can relax more and spend time with fresh new faces. Investments, financial planning, insurance. At Journey Financial Solutions Group. Visit us online to learn more or reach out today.
Keep it locked in. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
From the game to online, Baskin Communications has you covered. Since 1906, Baskin Communications has been here for you. Because we're not just serving your community, we're part of it. Trust your local cooperative for fast, reliable fiber internet. Connect with us today and experience the difference of local, dependable service that's built for you. Baskin Communications, your neighbor, your network. Contact us at Baskin Communications for more information.
It's time for high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports.
You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports from Tiffin, Ohio. Dominic Helmstetter, Zach Dillon, Connor Roush on the call here. We are in the fourth quarter of play now as the Calvert Senecas have a 41-19 lead over the Hardin Northern Polar Bears. And the Polar Bears they're getting their chance to respond after that huge Cal Warnerman touchdown.
And we just got a huge update here, and this is positive for the Senecas, but Delphus St. John's has taken the lead 28-22 over Upper Scioto Valley.
Great game over there, and one we'll keep an eye on as Wilson airs it out, incomplete. And wouldn't you know it, John Schumacher's in the area. He has been all over the place on defense tonight. He's got an interception, a couple pass breakups. Just doing great work all around.
Yeah, you're trying to make something happen here. You're down a lot. So you're going with this Hail Mary type play, this streak right down the field. The ball not where it needed to be. Lucky it wasn't intercepted.
2nd and 10 from the 46-yard line here. Polar Bears are starting to run out of time. They need some scores. Fumble on the field. Quarterback unable to hold on to the ball. So, yeah, they're going to keep it as Wilson able to get the ball back. Yeah, he just lost the ball immediately.
You know, you got to remember you're in opponent territory, so given the score, given where you are on the field, this is 4 down territory. You don't need all 10 yards right now, but you need to make it manageable.
3rd and 10 from the 46-yard line. Wilson rolls to his right. Oh my goodness, he's got pressure. Carter Wolf just running people over down there. And then Logan DeMoss knocking Hobson down to the ground, and they're nowhere near the first down marker.
Connor Wolf, an elite athlete at this level, man. And just look at it. This is the personal
protector. Runs through him.
Just plants him.
Man, put that on the highlight reel. Man.
But in all seriousness, I mean, that is one you want to put. College coaches love that kind of stuff.
Oh, my goodness. He's just embarrassing people down there. So I think they're going to pick up the flag. Is that what I'm reading here, guys? So that's good news because we've already had too many of them tonight.
How many?
So Hardin Northern has 9 by my count. Calvert has 4. So a lot of laundry down there.
That adds up to 13 total. But we're not a math stream.
No.
Got to break that one out.
Yeah. We're all about the details. Optionality here. All right, 4th and 10. Let's see what kind of options the Polar Bears have here on this one. Rather, it's 4th and 7. But it's still 4th down, so let's see what they can come up with. And believe there's going to be a timeout. Yeah, Hardin Northern's going to take a timeout down on the field. So we want to take a moment here, thank some of our sponsors, the generous sponsors, Heart of Ohio Sports. We want to thank Ex-Carre Mexican Restaurant, Forte Music, Your Legacy, Federal Credit Union, Studios Squared in downtown Tiffin, First National Bank of Sycamore, Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery, Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc., Mullins Entertainment, Landers Strength Syndicate, Fiesel's Frame and Collision, Art Lessons by Chelsea Mullins, and the Advertiser Tribune. Great sponsors for Heart of Ohio Sports here in Tiffin, Ohio. Timeout on the field by Hardin Northern here. They've got a big 4th and 7 coming up. Zach, what are you telling these guys as they mull over their options?
I don't dislike the play call to get the quarterback out in motion, get him on his feet. He's a fast guy. He can make something happen when you're out there. But you have to prioritize some guys on defense. Carter Wolf and Logan DeMoss. You need to know where they're at on the field, and you need to neutralize them if you can.
Coach Cooper having some words with the official there on the sideline, taking the opportunity while he has the time. So here we go, 4th and 7 from the 44-yard line for the Polar Bears. 10 minutes, 21 seconds left in the game. Wilson rolling to his left, has pressure, dumps it off. And they've got space, 40, 35, 30, as it's going to be Hobson taken down after picking up a big first down.
Yeah, not quite a screen. It was just out this flat. You dump off. I mean, he is your last resort and able to cut it way up underneath. The pressure was there. A big break here for the Polar Bears.
1st and 10 from the 31-yard line after Nolan Hobson is able to catch the ball and convert. He's been their go-to tailback and release valve on this one. Pitching it to Hobson. Hobson on the left side. He's going to cut it up and be drug out of bounds around the 30-yard line. No gain. .9:35 left in the game here. Be 2nd and 9.
As we have been having a good playoff game here for Calvert, we have another great playoff game tomorrow morning for Calvert as the girls volleyball plays for the regional finals.
There you go. They've had a string of success, their volleyball team. And Wilson chucks it. Did they catch it? I think so. Mason Stewart with the catch. That I'm not sure what to think. Wilson just kind of tossed it out there, and Stewart scooped it up.
This is the second time we've had a deep completion like this. The defensive back saw the pressure, and that's where that came from. He thought it was going to be a sack, and so he came up to make sure that the scramble didn't happen. But when he did that, as the quarterback's falling backwards, he's able to get that one off.
1st and 10, Wilson looking deep. He's got it, tosses it, bounces, and Bacon's got it. Number 10, Dylan Bacon off the tip. Touchdown for the Polar Bears.
Well, you get a tip one way, now you get one the other way. That's a big break here for the Polar Bears. Take a look at it on replay. This is a great ball right over the middle of the field, and you're right, the defender had it.
Yeah, DeMoss and Kimmett were in great position, just Bacon was able to steal it away.
You know, that's what happens when you're shallow on routes, when you're undercutting them and you're trying to tip them off. Tip them up in the air, rather. You can get that. So, like on Hail Marys and stuff, right, they teach you to bat the ball down. Don't try to put it back up in the air. When you're underneath, that is just as true, so stuff like that doesn't happen. Now, when you're in the back of the end zone and that's your last resort, you can do that.
Yeah. All right, they're going for 2 here is Wilson, quarterback keeper on the right side, and he's taken down, and it's number 10, Logan DeMoss with the tackle.
Big play when you needed it. Again, like it's just one-on-one. Like he's the guy that needs to make this play, and he did. If he's able to sidestep, you might be able to shovel that off underneath, or you might be able to run it back in for the 2-point. But DeMoss able to make the play when it needs, like he's done so many times this season.
Man, so I'm looking through the scores that Hardin Northern has had. They've scored 4 times, and they've missed a PAT. They've gotten a PAT, and then they've had 2 consecutive 2-point conversions, no good. So they've missed out on 3 points just because of special teams. So 41-25 after the 2-point conversion was no good, and the Polar Bears still have a little bit of a ways to go here to catch up to the Senecas.
Want some score updates?
Sure, why not?
You guys are probably looking at me going through these scores.
It sounded like you were counting out there.
Seneca East with the commanding 56-20 lead over Western Reserve. Another one here, Colonel Crawford went on the road playing against Monroe Central. They're down 36-22 in the 4th. Columbians down 28-7, and another big game here. Tenora 17, Cary 14 in the 4th quarter.
You know, Connor, I'm glad you had that pulled up because we were banging on the glass trying to get your attention. I drew you a smiley face here in the glass.
With my head, with my earmuff on
He was
your
in the
guys' side,
zone, the score zone.
Locked in, murmuring the scores to himself.
That Delphus St. John's game is still
Gotta be ready if they ask me. Gotta be ready. Gotta be ready. Put me in, coach.
Hey, you know what? He's focused on the details.
Hey, that's good. It's all in the details. So speaking of the details here, Cal Warneman, is he going to get another touchdown? Untouched touchdown, Cal Warneman. Holy cow, Cal. Touchdown number 4 on the night.
Absolutely untouched. It's just coming in bunches here for the Senecas on replay. How did this happen? It just
they parted the Red Sea, and then he ran through it.
Exactly, right up the middle. You had the outside defenders bite. The inside defenders were occupied with offensive linemen. And again, just so many just really well-executed plays tonight. I mean, the offensive coaching staff, they're getting exactly what they're wanting. All right, players are sticking to their fundamentals. They are doing exactly what they are being coached to do.
And PAT is up and good. It's going to be 48-25 as Calvert has got one heck of a lead here in Tiffin, Ohio. Oh, Cal Warneman. He has a 47-yard touchdown run. He's got a 67-yard touchdown run, and moments ago picked up a 56-yard touchdown run, all in one night. 3 quarters.
You know, when you think about player of the game and stuff like that, we have instructions not to, like try to switch it up, keep things interesting. You don't want to do the same guy. But when people come out and do stuff like this, when you get a Cal Warneman who can be all over the field and just makes game-breaking play after game-breaking play, I mean, how can you not talk to him?
Cal, freshen up, buddy. You're going to come up here and sit next to me. What size shirt do you want? Oh, we got you covered.
I think we have our logs from last time. I'm sure. Might as well, like the little Hugo's gift card, might as well just like have his order ready for him.
Yeah, I was going to say, he may not have even had a chance to spend that gift card, so we might as well just bring the ice cream to him. I think there's some macaroni salad still over here. We can give him a bowl of that, maybe. I don't know. So kickoff is going to go into the back of the end zone there, and the Polar Bears are going to come back out. But, Cal Warneman, his senior foray into the playoffs, has started off on a pretty good step here as he's got 4 touchdowns tonight, and I imagine, I don't have the exact number in front of me, but I'm pretty sure he's well over 300 yards tonight.
And
332 is the official count.
Wow, that is a lot of yards. We covered Calvert last season, week 11. That was over at Heidelberg, and a very tough, 42-14 loss to Crestview. This is a nice bounce back this year in being successful in week 11.
Yeah, that's not a bad stat line.
Polar Bears almost had back-to-back big runs. Almost answered right back with their own. Quarterback keeper off the left side. Just almost broke it.
$8:15 left in tonight's contest. Calvert's in control as Wilson rolls to his right and is taken down behind the line of scrimmage for a loss. You want to guess who did the tackling?
Is it going to be that guy right there on screen?
Probably. Number 10, Logan DeMoss. And let's not forget about Carter Wolf. He was in the area too. And those two guys have been flying all over the defensive side of the field tonight. Well, if you're Coach Lento, I don't think you could script a better way to start your run as head coach of the Calvert Senecas. Wilson rolls incomplete as it was Bacon, the intended receiver.
For the field. Say Logan DeMoss, he's over on the far end, and he just made a play this last. The last play was over here on the Seneca sideline.
Sideline to sideline. Not to mention he is on special teams as well. Plenty of action out there. All right, 3rd and 12 from the 29-yard line for the Polar Bears. And I imagine we're getting close to that 4-down territory as Wilson rolls to his right. He's being pressured by Wolf. Who else? Throws it, and incomplete as it was Hobson, the intended receiver.
Yeah, take a look at this closing speed from Carter Wolf. He's coming out right through the middle. He's turning the corner and then just closes the distance so the quarterback feels that pressure. It forces him to make that inaccurate throw. Man, he is just a wrecking crew by himself.
No doubt. 4th and 12. And do you go for it? I mean, you haven't had a lot of luck. They're going.
What do you expect? 23 points. He needed in 7 minutes, 20 seconds.
All right, Wilson looking to pass, going deep, hit as he throws, and his man incomplete. It was number 11, Hobson, that he was trying to dial up, and well short of where Hobson was, and it'll be a turnover on downs, and the Calvert Senecas are going to trot their offense back out onto the field.
Yeah, great coverage on the back end. There's DeMoss and Lee. Just nowhere to go with the football. You throw it up. It's your last-ditch effort. You want to make something happen. It just solid, sound defense. And that comes from the coaching. These guys have, on both sides of the ball, absolutely bought in to what the coaches are selling. They stick to their training. They stick to their practice. They are doing things as routine as you can do them.
And I believe it's Nolan Lee, or no, maybe Cam Lucius is what I'm hearing. And so we're going to have a couple of new names out there. It's number 14, Cam Lucius, with the carry. He gets his first one of the night, and it might be, I guess, Cal Warneman. He's getting the rest of the night off.
Yeah, you get the young bucks in, so now it's time for these guys on the sideline. No injuries. That's what you're thinking to yourself.
Yeah.
Keeping them fresh next week. Keeping them fresh for a run down the season. Right?
You see Cal Warneman there on the screen. 332 yards, 4 touchdowns tonight. Not bad at all. 2nd and 4. And it's going to be Lucius who redirects and works his way up to the 20-yard line. And he's getting awful close to that first down marker.
I love that little hesitation there by Lucius. Right there. He just slips by the defenders.
That was very
great
nice.
Cutback.
So it'll be 3rd and 2 for the Senecas. As we're about 5 minutes away from officially giving them a playoff victory tonight.
Are we giving it to them, or they earned it?
They definitely earned it. I mean, they had a night. Lucius, 10-5. Is he in? Touchdown, Cam Lucius.
Everybody's getting a piece of the action tonight. Just great blocking outside. He's just riding the wave. It's like you're surfing down there. You're just following your blockers. On replay, you're just that stretch to the outside. Man, how about that lead block out there by Carter Wolf? He's taking on 2 guys.
Cam Lucius, a 21-yard touchdown run, and he's just blowing this game open as Calvert is just taking whatever they want tonight. So Cam Lucius gets a rushing touchdown, and now he gets to finish it up by kicking the PAT. And flag is down on the field. Looks like they're going to have to do this again.
Well,
yeah, it's going to push them back after the false start. So that's Calvert's 5th tonight. And Lucius is going to try this PAT again, try to cap off his own scoring drive.
it's a little bit longer kick than a normal PAT, but
he can handle it.
Considering he has the school record, I don't think it's going to be that much
Not at all.
of a problem.
So with the PAT, it's now 55-25 with 5:39 left in tonight's contest. And Zach, we might need to break out that 30-point sheet.
We absolutely do. Clock stops for, well, basically, it's going to be. No, we're going to have to pull it up because I thought I was going to be able to do it off the top of my head.
Yeah. Well, they stop it for just about nothing, is I think the idea.
Coach's timeout, other signify. Let me actually read it as opposed to trying to BS it off the top of my head. So the clock will be stopped for the following: an injured player, a charged team timeout, after a score or attempted try, field goal, or safety, so not a touchdown, and then any other extended delay.
There we go.
Signaled by the referees.
What a night.
What a night. You know, we do that often enough that
I know. We're experienced when it comes to 30-point blowouts.
that's our specialty. We do that better than anybody else in the game.
You want a 30-point blowout? Tune into the Extreme, and we got you covered.
That's great for our brand.
Oh, you got it. All right, Polar Bears back out onto the field. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line for them. And not really the ending that they envisioned. Now, of course, the Polar Bears came into tonight. They had a 2-game skid going on here. They lost 2 in a row, and they were hoping to turn it around just a little bit. But clearly things have not panned out quite as they had hoped, as they've just met a buzzsaw in the form of the Calvert Senecas. And there you have it, thrown down, and Nolan Hobson, I mean, that play right there has kind of been the way it's worked out for the Polar Bears tonight.
Take a look at that Lucius score. Just an impressive run. And, you know, that feels good. You put them in because, you know, you're getting your starters a break and get them rested and giving these guys some playoff experiences. And then when they come in, they're able to make plays. It's just that much sweeter.
Wilson passes to Hobson, who goes out of bounds around the 38. 1st down. Of course, the clock will continue to move because of the 30-point differential.
Good throw in between the defenders. He found the space, and you're right. Getting out of bounds, it avoids the hit, but can't do much to stop the clock.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 37. Wilson in the shotgun. I assume they're going to air it out a little bit. Actually, it's Hobson in the backfield. Wilson looking to pass, tipped at the line, incomplete.
This time it was number 53, Ethan Bauer, able to get his hands on that one.
So I got an update here. We just got a final. The Warriors beat Edgerton 49-14. So the A stream is just wrapping up over there.
About to say we can hear them. Watch them over this game.
Well, they had a running clock as well over in theirs. And then Delphus is still on top, 28-22.
Whoa, 28-22. Okay, so everybody here in the Tiffin area is going to be rooting for Delphus St. John's, because if they win, if they hold on to that win, then that means Calvert gets to host another home playoff game. As you see, Hobson getting the 1st down for the Polar Bears. So Upper Scioto Valley, the 2nd-ranked team in this region. Delphus St. John's, the 15th-ranked team in this region. So Upper Scioto in danger of the upset.
And that's nothing new because last year Calvert was 2 and Crestview was 15, and we saw that upset. So seeing it here, they happen.
Wilson going deep, trying to connect with Bacon, incomplete. That'll bring up second down.
So you would imagine that Calvert's looking to and avenge a win over a 15 seed here, having a potential playing them next week, Dom.
Yeah, no question. So timeout down on the field. We've got 1 minute, 27 seconds left here in tonight's playoff action on Heart of Ohio Sports, and we could not have done it without the generous sponsors that we've got there on the screen. Ex-Carre Mexican Restaurant, Forte Music, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Studio Squared of Tiffin, First National Bank of Sycamore, Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery, Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc., Mullins Entertainment, Landers Strength Syndicate, Fiesel's Frame and Collision, Art Lessons by Chelsea Mullins, and the Advertiser Tribune. All generous sponsors, Heart of Ohio Sports.
You know, Dom, you're not going to get enough credit for that ad read that you just did, but you didn't know I was going to put the sponsors up on the screen, and you pivoted through that sentence halfway through, and you did it seamlessly. Let me tell you, that is professional broadcasting.
Put that on my reel. Well, so all right, we do have one more thing. You're gonna have to stay tuned here for our post-game show brought to you by Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. We'll recap tonight's action. Obviously, we'll have a player spotlight brought to you by Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc. and our player of the game. So we're gonna have that interview and everything and all the playoff goodies that go along with it. So stay tuned right here afterwards. All right, here we go. Polar Bears able to connect, and it's Hobson who catches the ball, takes it inside the 20-yard line. And Polar Bears are running down the field, 51 seconds left in tonight's game.
That one tricked your cameraman, Connor.
I stayed on the QB there. I'd imagine they got him, and nope, I was wrong.
Wilson, pressured, rolling, hit, down. And a flag.
Down there.
What was that, Connor?
I was saying they were calling the flag out there, and the clock was still rolling. So we will see if they add any time on the clock, or they'll be like, it's a 30-point game. We're just going to keep it at 19.
So timeout by Hardin Northern will stop the clock at 19 seconds. That's their final timeout.
And so this last 19 seconds, I mean, this one is for the seniors. You're not going to get. You're not going to win this game. Obviously, that's where you're at. But if you can send these guys on at least one good note, I mean, that really makes it all possible.
This might be game-changing right here, but they just changed the clock to 26 seconds.
Might
game-changing.
30 points in 26 seconds, Connor.
They can do it.
What play are you drawing up
Anything can happen. Game-changing. Where's the intense breaking news soundbite? They added. Oh, he's going to be hit. Wilson incomplete. Yeah.
Coming off the edge by the tackle there. That's going to be it.
All right, that's it. Zeros on the scoreboard at the end of 4 quarters of play. The hometown 7-seeded Calvert Senecas 55, the Hardin Northern Polar Bears 25. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. We'll be right back with tonight's game action.
Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
At Heart of Ohio Sports, it's obvious. The first thing that comes to mind is sports. but we do a lot more than just cover live sporting events.
Go, go, go!
When we want to watch our highlights from last night's game, there's only one place we go: Heart of Ohio Sports.
Heart of Ohio Sports is owned by Mullins Entertainment and located inside Studio Squared in downtown Tiffin. The space features a state-of-the-art podcast studio, open for public use. Building a platform for creators is one of our top priorities. We connect fans to the action like no one else can. As a business in today's market, you got to stay ahead of the game. And what better way than to get on board with the fastest growing brand in media today? I mean, you can take it from me, or you can just listen to them.
When recruiters want to see our game film, we tell them they can watch it on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Heart of Ohio Sports gives fans the access they want when they want it. And the athletes get the coverage they deserve. Our broadcasts are free, and they always will be. We don't hide behind a paywall.
When my family can't come to the games, they always watch on Heart of Ohio Sports.
You're locked into the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Heart of Ohio Sports. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. Hope in Fostoria is your prevention headquarters. Overseeing CARSA, they lead the fight against substance abuse with impactful campaigns like Parents Who Host Lose the Most, Red Ribbon Week, and the Hidden in Plain Sight display. They also drive the Suicide Prevention Coalition, promoting the 988 Crisis Hotline, mental health awareness, and Max's Miles Suicide Prevention Walk. Hope in Fostoria would like to remind you that mental health and addiction issues do not discriminate, but sometimes people do. Words matter. Stop the stigma. The words we use to describe mental illness and substance use disorders can impact the likelihood that people will seek help and the quality of help they receive. The language used relating to addiction is important. Using the right words helps to decrease stigma. Here are some helpful tips. Talk about substance use disorder as a chronic illness, not a moral failing, and be a leader in reducing stigma and promoting recovery from this disease. Learn more about Hope in Fostoria and reducing stigma at hopeinfostoria.com.
You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. It's our playoff coverage here on the Extreme, and we had an excellent game for you as the Calvert Senecas come away with a huge 55-25 victory over the Hardin Northern Polar Bears. And oh my goodness, Zach, is there a lot to talk about? And the Calvert Senecas, they just came out hot right off the bat as they scored 3 touchdowns in the first quarter alone, 2 Warneman touchdowns, and an interception pick 6 by John Schumacher. And of course, that's just the beginning of this huge night for the Senecas as Logan DeMoss, 17-yard touchdown catch in the second quarter, as well as a Nolan Lee interception, allowed Carter Wolf to score a touchdown, 34-13 at halftime for the Senecas, and then they came right back. Warneman, another 67-yard touchdown run, and then he comes in to the fourth quarter with a 21-yard touchdown run. And yes, Cal Warneman, he ended his night with 21 carries, 332 yards to go along with those 4 touchdowns, and wow, what a way to get into the playoffs as a senior.
Just everything was going right tonight. I mean, he was running the ball really well. He got great protection from that offensive line. Man, it's just such a great feeling winning a playoff game like this. Your senior season, there's so much emotion and so much uncertainty going into it, right? Coming into this one, they were expected to win. They were the favorite They felt it, but you just never know. And sometimes, things don't go their way. But when they do, it's just all that much more special.
So Calvert, overall as a team, they had 382 total rushing yards. Again, 332 of them came from one person. They had 102 total passing yards to go along with 2 interceptions as a team. That's a pretty great script for any head football coach.
Absolutely. And again, just both sides of the ball, things were rolling, and looks like we're going to come up on this player of the game interview pretty quickly.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. And let's just frame it up this way, ladies and gentlemen. He is number 27 on the field, number 1 in your heart. And you're going to have to chew on that for a bit, as we're going to be right back in about 30 seconds to unveil our player of the game.
Welcome to your Legacy Federal Credit Union, your trusted community credit union for over 70 years. We're not just a credit union, we're your personal financial counselor. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union is a full-service financial institution tailoring solutions to your needs. Whether it's your first home or planning for the future, we're here to help you find success. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, a legacy built on trust, commitment, and community.
Your legacy, your legacy.
Welcome back to your Legacy Federal Credit Union post-game show here at Heart of Ohio Sports on the Extreme. And, of course, we've got our player of the game coming in here after a huge victory by the Calvert Senecas, and it's number 27, Cal Warneman. Cal, congratulations on a huge playoff victory.
Thank you.
He's still winded. So we've got 21 carries, 332 yards and 4 touchdowns. How's that feel?
Pretty good.
Yeah, you have more yards than their entire football team. Have you ever done that before?
Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe a couple times. You lose count when it happens so often here. What was the message all week long when Coach was getting you guys ready for this playoff game?
I mean, it was really just survive in advance. It wasn't the prettiest game, but he told us all week it didn't have to be. As long as you win, you got to keep playing, you got to keep fixing stuff and getting better, but you just got to win.
All right, so the first half, you had a couple of big runs. Walk me through this, because you had I think a 67-yard touchdown run in the first quarter. I mean, does that happen very often where people just move aside and you start running?
Yeah, I mean, the O-line did a great job. I mean, their strength is definitely their front line. They had some big guys up front. But once you get to the second level, they weren't as strong. So it was all like on our O-line. If they can take care of that first level, then there's plenty of space to run. And
something that you did quite a bit tonight on those long runs, after you got to that second level, you just kind of ran away from them.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see that a lot. Maybe it's just because I'm slow, but it's pretty impressive right there. So you guys, what was the vibe like down on the field? I mean, we're sitting up here in the press box just kind of looking down, and friends, family, they're all pretty excited. I mean, what's the vibe like?
I mean, truthfully, we got a little bit frustrated. We thought we could have made some better plays and kind of got this game going a little quicker. There were some mistakes, especially defensively, but we just kept, we knew we got to keep going. Make a mistake, get back up and go again.
Okay, so if you're talking to the defensive players on your team, you gave up only like 10 or fewer points 6 times, and this, giving up 25 points is kind of a high point on the season. What do you got to change? What do you got to fix to get better for next week?
I mean, a lot of it was just dumb stuff, missing tackles, coming up, getting a little nosy on the back end. It was really just, nothing blaring, but we just got to play smarter.
Okay. All right. Now flip it on the other side. What can you do on offense to come out even better if that's possible?
We're dropping a few balls. We got to make sure we squeeze and hold on to them. I fumbled today. Got to make sure I hold on to that a little better. Offensive line's got to just see stuff a little bit better, and there's always stuff to improve upon. Even if we have a good day, offensively, we just got to keep working.
Awesome. All right. So I don't know. Have you seen who you're playing next week?
I have heard. Yeah.
Oh, you have. Okay. So you've got Delphos St. John's. Is Coach even mentioned them yet?
not too much. Obviously as a player, you kind of look ahead a little bit. You get a little nosy. And, they don't have a great record, but they play in the toughest conference there is. Yeah. So they're used to playing state championship level teams every week. So, they're going to be ready for us.
Well, the great news is they've got to come here to Tiffin, Ohio, and they've got to travel and play you guys. And you just played a pretty complete game there. So congratulations. Well done tonight. Congratulations on a player of the game. But
thank you.
I'm being reminded, any shout-outs you'd like to send out to some friends?
I'm going to shout out my Aunt Debbie and my Uncle Kevin.
All right, there you go. So congratulations on a huge victory. And as our player of the game, we've got a few goodies for you somewhere around here that we're going to get for you. So we've got a shirt from Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc., as well as a gift card to Little Hugo's here. Compliments of some amazing sponsors. So congratulations, Cal, on a huge victory. Your senior year, the playoff football is off to a pretty good start.
Yeah.
And we'll be rooting for you next week against Delphos St. John's.
Got it. Thank you. Yeah.
Awesome. All right, so we're going to take a short break. We'll be right back, and we'll wrap things up.